Of all right. So earlier I did a video, not long ago, probably like a day or two ago. Seeing my window's not right. Hold on, fit the screen, stretch the screen. There we go. So about 2 days ago or a day ago, can't remember. I did a video on a kid who was being quite disrespectful. I forgot what the video was called. But it was very interesting because this kid was saying a bunch of things that a lot of mass shooters in the past have said. Make sure the audio's good.
Now, kill them all.
Yeah. So he was saying a bunch of things that people in the past have said before they ended up killing mass, becoming mass shooters or killing their family or doing some horrible thing. And what was it called? Freedom of speech is not freedom from consequences. But I found out that that little snippet that I had reacted to wasn't even the whole thing. I reacted to only probably 1/5 of what the video was, and somebody told me that there was a lot more to it, and I said, okay, you know what? We're gonna do a stream. We're gonna do a stream, and we're gonna cover this. But I also found a bunch of other things that I wanted to go over, and I said, fuck it, let's bust it all out. Well, I did say I was gonna do it last night, but my dumbass ended up eating, and I caught this thing called the itis. I didn't wake up until like 2 o'clock, 2 o'clock last night. Now it's 8 o'clock in the morning. So you know what? I guess we'll do it here. Fuck it, we'll do it live. Let's see. Uh, yeah. Let me see if I can get the comments to show up on my second screen while I'm doing this. Let's see. Multi-streaming, no. Hotkeys, advanced, video, output, general, no. Overlay, show chat. I wonder where it's gonna pop up at though, because it'll probably pop up somewhere weird. Where you at? You on the second screen? Beautiful. All right, now we just wait for you to pop up. And if anyone's watching the video or the stream, it's a stream. I keep forgetting it's a stream. If anyone's watching the stream, shit, I would need to hear the audio. I don't know how loud. How's the audio on my end? Give me a sec. Let me see if I can do this real quick because I don't want to go back and find out my audio's off or something. Let me do all of this right now and be done with it. So give me a moment. You're going to probably hear a double voice in a sec. Give me a sec. Let me see if I can. Yep, sounds good to me. All right. All right, let's get it.
I'll get lefties.
I don't know how much you guys would believe me, but on my end.
Familiar with the username Incel Revolution soon?
Yeah.
And have you talked about how all women need to be masculine?
No. What?
Total Jewish bring forth now. Kill them all, get lefties.
I don't know how much you guys would believe me, but on my end, that's just emotional banter.
A white male. Oh, a white male is so scary.
You,
What is wrong
you
with you
come out
people?
with one
They're
that's
FBI,
Nobody
they can
could have
see
reported
anything.
me. Yeah, because they're terrorists that
Watch
have
your
access
mouth.
and spy on people with the Patriot Act.
Okay.
You need to watch yourself.
I don't care. I can say all of this. This is free speech.
So initially when I reacted to this video, my stance on it was this was a little shit stain who hates women. He hates a lot of things, but he made a page on Instagram in which he claims he hates women and extension a lot of other things. But the funny thing is he has a silver spoon in his mouth. I think it's actually hilarious that this guy hates women, wants to rape and kill women, at least if he's joking saying these type of things. Though he's going down that pipeline, that path of becoming a fucking extremist, if he's not already. He pretty much is, but okay. The thing that's so crazy about this is, again, like I said, it's funny. He lives with his mother. He lives with his parents. He doesn't really have much going on for himself besides being a little shit stain online. And the crazy thing about it is it shows it's not just his fault, it's also his parents' fault. Now, in the original video, we did not get to see his dad. His dad is actually in this video. And I wanted to see this because I said to myself, how the fuck is no one paying attention to this fucking kid doing all of these terrible things to the point that the FBI is fucking watching you? You gotta do some shit for the FBI to start watching you. Let's get it.
When an Instagram user calling himself I'm done with it. Let's start the Revelation 4
Which is not all Jewish people. It's
poster who believes he's done.
Sorry about that.
Oh, a white male is so scary.
You
is wrong.
You come out with one
You're
that's
FBI. Nobody can report anything.
Look,
Yeah, because they're terrorists that
Watch
have
your
access
mouth.
and spy on people with the Patriot Act.
You need to watch yourself.
I don't care. I can say all of this. This is free speech.
When an Instagram user calling himself Incel Revolution Soon shares a series of posts that draw the attention of the FBI, they trace the account to a home in Edgewater, Florida. There, a special agent clashes with the poster, who believes he's done nothing wrong.
Putting on the internet, you go to jail for that nowadays?
Yeah, if you're inciting mass murder of particular individuals, absolutely.
The following is based on official police records, and the footage has never been seen before until now. Please note that any person charged with a crime is presumed innocent unless and until proven guilty in a court of law. On October 18th, 2025, the FBI...
Like, the shit's so crazy, right? These type of people, the first thing that they try to run under, they'll try to claim freedom of speech, etc., etc. But they're making threats. And like I titled the last video, you have freedom of speech, but you don't have freedom of consequences. If you're sitting there saying that you're going to kill a child, and I see you have weapons on you, I see that you're behaving in a way that you actually might be able to do these things, and it's not a joke. If I don't perceive it as a joke and I take it seriously, if police take it seriously, if law enforcement takes it seriously, yeah, you don't just get to say shit and get away with it. It's so stupid.
received a tip about an Instagram user posting what they describe as RMVE, or racially, ethnically motivated, and violent extremist ideologies.
And there it is. Excuse me, I'm still sick a little bit. He's sitting there posting pictures with guns. He's talking about killing women, killing Jews, killing blacks, or whatever the fuck it is. And he's also talking about bringing in a revolution. Yeah, well deserved.
Their investigation identified the user as 19-year-old Luke Nefterlane. 6 days after receiving the tip, a special agent with the FBI arrives on his front porch, accompanied by officers with the Edgewater Police Department.
How you doing, dear?
Hi, how you doing?
So, Agent will explain everything to you.
Oh gosh. With the FBI.
Nice to see you. Yeah, what is this about?
Is this Lucas?
Yes.
Okay. Okay, so I'm glad that you're here as well. So
Is he saying something online? Is that,
Really? You're looking at what I'm saying online?
yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Well,
Are you kidding me?
what do you think?
What is he saying?
Why don't you tell us what are you saying?
Nothing. Instagram account, I get banned on there.
What's your Instagram handle?
Why would I need to tell you that, brother? I'm not going to answer that question.
If the FBI is at your house asking you a question, it's for a reason.
Board-certified criminal defense lawyer Bruce Rivers reviewed this case and shared his perspective. Please note that all legal opinions expressed are solely Bruce's and not reflective of EWU.
He does not have to say anything to these officers. He can say, I refuse to answer any and all questions. Now, they don't have to Mirandize him here because he's not in custody.
Sure, it's for a reason, but, I mean, what the is this?
Luke, come on. What
What am I saying online? I've done nothing incriminating.
don't be disrespectful.
I'm not being a criminal.
What did he say something?
We'll talk about that.
Act like I'm a terrorist.
But why would you say that?
Why are you here then?
Well, we don't talk about only terrorists. We talk to a lot of people.
Oh my goodness.
So why would you say
He has never been in trouble for doing anything, but what are you writing, Luke? What are you saying?
Not saying anything.
So I'm concerned that you said terrorist because that's a big word, and that why would you think we were here to talk to you about being a terrorist?
He said I'm not a terrorist.
Right, but that's a big word that most people don't just throw out there.
Luke doesn't answer
Or
the
isn't.
question, but the agent will soon explain her concerns.
So first and foremost, for safety, are there any guns in the home?
Yes.
This one.
Okay, what type of gun is it?
Glock 43, shotgun, AK. My dad also.
Yeah, dad has guns.
Are any registered to Lucas?
No.
Okay. Do you have them locked up?
Okay, so originally I was trying to figure out who the guy in the darker shirt was. Either this is his uncle or his older brother. And the reason why I was wondering who that was is because the video was more panned on the mother, so you wasn't able to see the lady right there, who I'm guessing is the grandmother, and the older brother or uncle. And to which I said, it's crazy because I want you to watch this video. The mother is going to run, she's going to pretend to be upset very passively while she's being disrespected by this boy. And then she's gonna also be running defense for him. And this is how these little monsters become. Like, this is how they start off. And the thing is, women who do this, moms who do this, fathers who do this, who just sit there and they're lukewarm about their fucking children being menaces, right? It's one thing if they really don't know. It's another thing if they're ignoring all the signs and just saying some bullshit and letting them do whatever that they do without stopping them. The mothers that's gonna do this would always be the first person to go when he decides he wants to become a family annihilator.
Does he?
Yes.
Okay. Does he have access to those? Okay.
Well, I know Luke doesn't have guns, and you could look at it, you can see what they have. I have no problem with any of it.
Do you know of any time that he's been able to access the guns with that?
No, he doesn't even shoot.
Do you ever remember touching a tan and black AK in the home?
Of course.
Okay.
Oh, okay, he probably picked up something up.
Okay.
See that? Right there. Mom already fucked up. Made herself look stupid. He don't even touch guns. Lady, they got pictures of him playing around with the fucking guns. You don't even know what the fuck you're talking about. You're just there to make noise and be interference.
I was with it. It's just
Okay, well, now we know. Now we know what you did.
Really?
Luke,
This is serious, honey.
they take it serious. You can't just
What?
act like.
Yeah, I can't pose with a gun.
Do you know who that is in the photo?
It's me.
Okay. Is that the gun you were talking about?
Oh, gosh, yeah, you can't do that, Luke.
Really?
Especially if you're saying threatening stuff.
I didn't say anything threatening. It was a picture.
Then why is the FBI not
It was supposed to be
report?
funny. Because they're alphabet
Oh,
agencies, you know, our government
Stop. Watch your mouth.
terrorists.
Well,
They are.
They're trying to protect
Stop.
us.
See what he's doing? Regurgitating the talking points of the extreme left and right. That's exactly what he's doing.
No, they're not. They don't protect us.
Watch your mouth.
When was the last time you seen the FBI in Edgewater?
So the concerns that I have are these are
Stuff you're posting online, that's how they have it.
the FBI was contacted because people were very concerned about some of the posts that you were sharing.
You know what Homeland Security is?
Terrorist organization.
No. Man. You need to call his father.
He's very immature about this stuff.
Yeah.
Are you his biological mom?
Yes.
I'm sure about
Yes.
these things. I'm an American citizen. You can come to my home for a post.
What?
That means
It's not the
nothing.
picture,
Yeah,
Right at
because
all.
it's
the
not-
posts that
something
you're
you
making
said.
online, the posts that you're making online are federal felonies
Ow.
because that's the statute.
If you're
for
saying
federal felony.
what you're saying, they
That
take
means
it
it's
What did
seriously.
I say in that photo? It's just a photo. I mean, free speech. What the
When you cock off online, it can have implications. I have a case right now where all my clients said, I'm not leaving X town until so and so is in a coma. I filed a motion to dismiss that because it's just. But you have a First Amendment right of free speech. But not any speech.
Wait, does he have a hat that says "Stop self-snitching"? Stop self-snitching.
You have a First Amendment right of free speech.
My
But
man.
not any speech. You can't really yell fire at a car theater. You know, just like you can't bring your own food. I mean, I tried that once. I tried to bring my own food to a movie theater, and I got kicked out readily because the barbecue smoke was just too much for the theater owner.
Damn.
They acting like I'm a man of the planet.
My man. My man. You see, he hustles. He knows what. Yeah, all right. He cool with me.
Attackers.
Not
You
threatening.
treat me like I'm a criminal.
I don't know what you
I've
said
done
though.
nothing
They
incriminating.
have to take it serious.
Okay, I'd like to point out that you're not being treated like a criminal because you're not in handcuffs, you're not being detained.
All right then.
Okay, so let's point that out there. Let's be very clear about that.
Before the agent asks her next question, she tells Luke that lying to a federal agent during an investigation can result in a felony charge.
That is true. If you lie to a federal agent, you know, I've got a case right now where my client is accused of that, and it's a federal felony.
Are you familiar with the username Incel Revolution soon?
Yeah.
Okay, what is that?
It's just handle I had on Instagram.
So it's your handle on Instagram?
It was. It's gone now. It's
What happened to
banned.
it?
It just got banned. It gets banned all the time.
Have you ever said anything like everyone, that's my instincts, that's what my instincts tell me?
I mean, I've said it before. It's just jokes.
Okay. Have you talked about how all women need to be masked?
No. What?
Little foxtroters.
What about the exact phrase?
I
don't need that.
I know
Women
what.
need to be.
I watch all the true crime shows. I know exactly.
I don't need that.
I know
Women
what.
need to be.
I watch all the true crime shows. I know exactly.
Your Instagram handle was Incel Revolution, correct?
You saw what just happened? Grandma just said that she hears that type of shit on true crime and stuff like that. The mother turns to the grandmother or the elder woman, elder female, and says she doesn't need to hear that. It's a lot of people in multiple different platforms said that this kid needs to get the shit beaten, like the bricks beaten off of him. Yeah. And the mother, the father, are the ones that's running defense and protecting them. Okay.
It's a joke.
Okay. So did you say it or was it a joke?
I have no recollection of saying that phrase, no.
Okay. Do you ever remember hearing a foids?
I mean, yeah, I probably said it before.
Can you explain what a foid is?
It's just female humanoid. That's what it means. It's just a men term.
Okay.
It's all just posting. It's all posting.
Yeah, you might be thinking in your head that it's a joke, but it's not a joke. Because
what about the phrase "I'm going to commit mass murder before I"?
I've never said that. Not that I know of.
I hope you didn't say that, Lou.
What?
What she just said. Have you said stuff
Show me the
that?
proof. Show me I've said these things.
Have you said that you wanted to?
I've sure I've said it before.
Okay.
Joking around, just...
Everyone said they had everything. Everyone's had thoughts of that before.
The special agent explains her concern.
No one has thoughts of that before. Any level-headed person does not think about, oh, I'm going to kill people in mass. That's just not a normal thing. Have you ever said you wanted to kill yourself before? Maybe a lot of emo kids said that shit in the past.
That Luke may still be harboring these ideations, but he assures everyone that he's not.
I know, well, his friends or whoever he talks to online, they all kind of joke with stupid lingo like that. But he's never...
Yeah. Listen, there are First Amendment protected rights. Absolutely. We care about those, but we also care about threats, and that's where things are not protected. Those are not protected rights.
Yeah.
So making written threats online is a federal felony. So what about something like total Jew now bring it forth? What happens to his brother is all falling into place.
Oh, Lou.
Do you ever remember saying anything like that?
I said I know.
This particular conversation took place between Luke and another Instagram user by the name Sea Salty Man, who sent Luke what police describe as an anti-Jewish video. They traced the account to Luke's 19-year-old close friend, who they later questioned about the messages.
I have a very certain opinion on Jewish people. Now, it's not allowed to have. Which is not all Jewish people. It's just people that so happen to be Jewish that do evil things.
After Sea Salty Man sent the video, Luke replied, I don't hate them enough. I need more hate, more hatred. Total Jewish now. Bring it forth. Sea Salty Man responded, I'm done with it. Let's start the revolution. To which Luke replied, it will happen soon, brother.
It's just dumb. Okay, so there are stuff that are things that are very serious. I can't speak for him in that. That's just not something I keep up with.
Sure.
In any sense. Like, that's just, I really don't even know what to put that. I just don't think about it often.
When you say you don't think about it often, what do you mean by that? Like, you don't think about his statements often, or you don't think about...
Like, the political ideologies. Like, it's just not something I'm so fantasized in.
You're a little bit nervous, you're shaking.
This is the first time I've ever had an interaction with a police, officer on my own.
And keep in mind, everything you say can and will be used in a court of law.
Let me just be straight up honest with you. Take a deep breath, relax. At the end of this, we're not putting you in handcuffs.
Oh, I know. It's just like...
I just want you to be relaxed and know that this is literally just a conversation all of us are having, and when we're done, you go back inside, we get back in our cars and leave.
I know. I just
want to put you at ease, and I'm not sure if you were nervous or anything like that.
No, I am, but it's just the very first time I've ever had an interaction with an FBI agent.
In contrast, Luke's own conversation with the agent grew increasingly tense as she shared more of Luke's statements with his family.
This is absurd to me.
Luke. What about you get a gun to... I'm going to get a gun to... That's what I'll do after a public area.
Who knows if I said that?
Oh my gosh, watch your mouth, Luke.
Do you know who Elliot Rosser is?
Yes,
I
I know who he is.
What is he known for?
Elliot Roger.
He was a guy that couldn't find love, and then he went and shot up a place.
In May of 2014, Elliot Roger murdered 6 people and injured 14 others. Before the attack, he uploaded a video to YouTube in which he said he wanted to punish women for rejecting him and expressed resentment toward men. He's cited as an influence on several perpetrators of subsequent mass attacks.
Incel,
You
sure.
mentioned incel in your username. What is
Yeah, it was a
what's an
joke.
incel?
Involuntary celibate.
Okay. So that's what Elliot Roger was. Is that
Sure.
correct to say?
I suppose.
Sea Salty Man was also later asked about this particular subject, where the agent went into further detail.
What do you know about incels?
I just know it's the kind of people. I don't know. I honestly couldn't even give you like a detail for
Do you know
what it is. I don't know what it is, honestly. I just know it's a term that gets used online. People like Nick Fuentes, if you know who that is, get called like incels and stuff. It's just something like, sorry, it's like involuntary celibate.
He knows exactly what the fuck it is. I don't understand why they're trying to pretend that they don't know. Like it's so silly. It's so silly. Like, again, stop self snitching. You're not even doing it well. Might as well be honest.
I just think that's just a weird term. Involuntarily celibate. Can you think of a worse fate?
The concern is that a lot of your statements that you're making are very similar to what Elliot Roger believed and did.
Really?
Yes.
Luke, you know that. It's not.
What?
Why would you even
You know exactly what he's talking about.
I don't
It's
even
not
know who it
me.
is.
There's multiple people on Instagram, thousands of people that call themselves Incel Revolution soon. On the true cell. Everyone says that.
But some of the stuff you're saying is not.
Who cares? They say it too. Do they show up? Do you show up at their houses and interrogate them?
Who is that?
And anybody. I don't care if you're talking about me. I mean, I want to know if you do this to other people. You go to other people's houses and harass them like this.
If there are
It's all just jokes.
if there
Who reported me? Like,
What
who
makes
reported
it-
me?
what
Did
makes
you
It's
see
on the
me?
yeah, but you put it on the
We're
internet.
FBI. Nobody can see anything.
Luke, when you put it out
Who
there,
would have reported me? My
it's
own
seen.
friends? They're the only ones that see these things.
Well, people
That's
who
not
I
true.
wouldn't even know
If
who I
it's out on
were.
the internet, anybody can see it.
No. I mean, it shows you on Instagram who's your post.
They have access to everything.
Yeah, because they're f***ing terrorists that
Watch
have
your
access
mouth.
and spying people with the Patriot Act.
Okay.
You need to watch yourself.
I don't care. I can say all of this. This is free speech.
While it isn't clear who reported Luke, many of his posts were publicly viewable.
I mean, you come
I mean, isn't Instagram tied to Facebook? You don't think that at some point Luke dumbass has sent something that was traceable through Facebook or whatever like that they could identify who he is? I mean, I've seen people get identified for sticking their feet inside a Burger King foot lettuce. Like, literally, they were able to identify what location a person did the act of sticking their feet into fucking Burger King foot lettuce. You think they won't be able to find you?
to my house and try to intimidate me and try to silence me. Is that what you're doing?
Well,
Yeah,
You're asking
that is what
questions.
you're doing. You're asking me questions and I don't need the answer, do I?
No.
Why are you here?
You absolutely
Can
don't
you
need to
leave?
answer questions.
Luke,
Can you leave and never come back?
watch your mouth.
Is that
You know-
possible for you two or all four of you to
Luke,
do?
stop. That's no
Is that
respect.
possible?
No respect. Because what you're writing stuff that's not funny and it's not a joke. So stop. Don't
What's,
put your hand
what's
up.
funny and what's not funny? Who's to say?
Yeah, well, I say it. Killing people, none of
Am
that's
I under
funny.
arrest? Am I going to be
No,
detained? Are you
stop.
going to charge me for
You
these
better
things?
stop.
Does any of this matter? Do I need
It
a lawyer?
matters. Call your dad and get him here.
Luke's brother heads inside to call their dad, who will soon arrive and get caught up to speed. With Sea Salty Man, the FBI agent continued sharing what they found in their private messages.
Again, we're not here to tell you to have your own opinion about certain groups or anything like that, but do you recall talking about more than 110, or in a conversation, more than 110 million non-white foreign individuals in our country? America is truly a hole. Does that sound ring a bell?
And I guarantee you, this family, both of them, have probably been on American soil much later than the individuals, a lot of them that they're talking about. It burns them up inside when they find out that, Black Americans that's descendants of slaves have been in America longer than a lot of white people. It really burns them up inside. They hate that shit. Like, a lot of white people came through Ellis. Man, anyway.
I know how he is. He's kind of racist. I'm not even gonna lie. So that sounds like something that could have been said. Now that line specifically doesn't really ring a bell, but it kind of.
What about something that you may have said? I'm done with. Let's start the revolution.
Okay, I saw that in the file. So I remember when that happened. That was with the whole Charlie Kirk thing, and that was on September 10th. And Lucas was the first person I was like texting and stuff, and we just got into one of those like arguments, not arguments, like
debates.
Not debate. We were like on the same side, but we were just like
fired up,
flaming, like just pretty much dumping. That's what that was.
Okay. What about like follow up with that though? Him saying it will happen soon, brother. It's all falling into place, and then your response was, "I'm not waiting." And then a discussion from you further was, "This tyranny has infected the human race since the dawn of the Jews."
The person who killed Charlie Kirk was not a Jew. He was white, even though Jews are white. The last person who tried to assassinate Donald Trump, I believe, was white. The last 2 people that tried to assassinate Trump was white. The last 16 people who attempted to assassinate U.S. presidents or have assassinated U.S. presidents were white. So what infection are we talking about here? What infection are we talking about here? Anybody in the class? I think that is funny when you have groups of individuals like this who will sit there and they look at everybody else's shit and then they act like their own shit don't stink. That's literally your people carrying that shit on their shoulders solely. And no matter, you could try to sit there and be like, oh, but the Jews, the ones that are assassinating presidents, we're not Jews. Stop it. The one that killed Charlie Kirk was not a Jew. Again, these people are just, they're not good people. And the shit that they claim to focus on, their specialty of what they hate, is just them trying to project their hate to something else. That's all that it is. Because when that thing goes away or that thing can no longer be reachable, they'll go after someone else.
Then he responded, "You have to..."
Or another group.
"Blowing a fuse and committing an act of terror early benefits no one. It's when Breivik was retarded."
Anders Behring Breivik is a Norwegian terrorist who carried out attacks in Norway on July 22, 2011. He first detonated a car bomb, killing 8 people, then carried out a mass shooting at a youth camp, killing 69 more.
And then what about, he continuing on talking about Breivik, "He bombed leftists in Norway, and what came from it? Really nothing at all. He went to jail, he lit his fuse of hate early. We must all light our fuses together, not individually, and create such an enormous explosion, not a small insignificant one, that completely obliterates the system so we can rebuild it anew."
I don't know what it is with these fucking types that they also think that they're gonna have this violent takeover and not get their shit pushed in. They really think that they have the numbers. I'm gonna say it again, whites. You don't have the numbers that you think. A lot of the ones that are claiming to be the loudest screeching that they're ready for a revolution, they over here shitting bricks whenever they get confronted by anybody. A lot of white people aren't also down with that shit either. A lot of white people are not racist. A lot of white people are not trying to fight no fucking race war. So they're also going to be on the side of everyone. First off, y'all don't even have the numbers to pull some shit like that off. You would need other groups to do that. So, again, and I say, and this is gonna suck. If there's ever a situation where some shit pops off, all that is gonna do is set white people back, real bad, and then they're really gonna be complaining. The ones that's complaining now, like these 2, are really gonna be screaming and crying when they realize that now the leftists that they supposedly hate, that they act like, now they're the ones who just swept every fucking check and balance in terms of stopping them from collecting power. Because what's going to end up happening is that if there's a fucking race war or something like that and white people start bugging the fuck out, you're going to have all these sympathetic whites that are going to sit there and they're going to throw all their power to the left. They're going to give the left all the fucking power. Now you're going to have massive big brother overreach. Congratulations, your country's now going. For real this time. You think the Patriot Act was bad? Oh boy.
And your response was,
That was something you said, okay.
"That's one way to think about it, but that's to invoke one singular explosion. It needs to be a chain reaction. The hate for true evil needs to spread." And that was your response. "Total Jewish bring forth now. Log the lefties."
Are those last few things you said were like conversations that he had with me?
Correct.
Okay.
Some of your responses.
Yeah, you had some responses in there as well.
Okay. Could you read those to me?
Your response to you need to blow it all up and win. Then you followed up, your response was, it's bigger and more grand than just to the section of one race. It is a fight that will require every last soul on this planet until its dying breath. And then further on he said, them all lefties.
I don't know how much you guys would believe me, but on my end, that's just emotional banter. Because that was around the time of the Charlie Kirk thing. That should be on September 10th or 11th, right? That's all that was. And since then, obviously, like, I've calmed down, and most of the world has. But at that day in specific, it was just a day where no one knew really what was going on or, like, the full severity of things. I didn't know that he was a, a Republican at the time. So that's bad on my end, because I'm just saying I don't know about it. That's how I see it. I'm just talking out of
So you probably thought it was one of the...
I'm sorry. The person who shot Charlie Kirk wasn't a Republican. He probably did some shit to pretend to be a Republican. He wasn't a Republican. But even if he was, what?
Those minorities or something that you have some sort of particular viewpoint against.
Someone that has committed something like that within the past few years. Like, maybe not like a black person or like a person of color, but maybe like someone that identifies in the LGBTQ space. Because that
which is overwhelmingly dominated by whites. Every time that there's a mass shooter and the person ends up being LGBT, some fucking chick who hates the fact that people are not some chick who wants to be a boy and still being called ma'am, so she goes to a fucking school that she used to go to, a church school or whatever the fuck it is, and shoots it up. That's a white woman. Those are white people. What the fuck are we talking about here? Goofy.
Happens before too, like the transgenders that have like shut school in Nashville, or the dude that tried to assassinate Trump was
white. What the fuck? Both of them white. What are we doing here? What are we doing here?
On that end, if I'm not mistaken, but I don't know at the same time. So.
According to police records, an Edgewater detective also learned of a group chat Luke was involved in which discussed the topic of school and workplace shootings.
What was the name of the group chat?
Serial flexers.
Serial flexers?
The federal agent attempted to question Luke further.
Did you ever say blowing it all up with incel rage all?
What? Do you expect me to recall in my mind everything I've ever said?
Watch him.
Oh, you've got pictures of it? I guess that's me, is it me? My hands covering my face.
Yeah. Well, you don't think it's a big deal what you're saying, but
it's a joke. You should. I'm a teenage boy.
Yeah, but it's not a joke with what you're...
My man said I'm a teenage boy. He's 19 years old. I'ma just say it again. No, that shit would listen. If FBI would show up to a black family, and I'm gonna be racist on this one, you already know mama, and granted, this is that there's some semblance of the parent actually giving a fuck, which a lot of black moms do care. They may be fucked up, but they do care. If an FBI agent shows up and shows a black mother all of this shit, I don't care how racist the mom may be, like how much she may be like pseudo racist, right? Like you have a lot of like black people who are pseudo racist. They just don't like people, but when it comes to whites, they'll just sit there and have like preset fucking racism towards white people. Though they're not really racist. The problem is that they're just not hanging around white people. They don't hang around white people, right? So they've never experienced what it's just like to be around a white person. Just like a lot of these white people who they don't understand, can tell the difference between somebody who looks like a criminal and just a regular black person. They can't tell that because I don't know, maybe they don't got no fucking, the gene of self-perseverance when it comes down to survival. But if an FBI agent came to the police, I mean, if an FBI agent came to a black home, you best believe that kid is gonna have hell to pay. I like the fact that a lot of people on X right now is like, yo, we need to bring back the Chris Benoit mentality. Because the second the FBI agents would have left, I'd have been hearing Chris Benoit's theme song. And I apologize for the families and the shit that happened with Chris Benoit, but it fits it so fucking perfectly, right? This mom that's sitting here and she's passively, like I said, she's way too fucking passive, and she lets him get away with fucking murder, and it shows. Now he's comfortable because he's 19. That's all that it is. You let this boy, you didn't check this boy your entire fucking life, and now it's biting you in the fucking ass. Now it's come full circle. This is what happens when you have children and you don't discipline them properly. You have a badass kid who for some reason decided to be a terrorist ass badass kid.
You're actually an adult. Yeah, exactly.
An adult. Ooh,
Luke.
The federal government
It's-
cares that charge.
Everything you put on the internet is for anyone to see, and they have to take it serious because they don't need people going out shooting people and killing people.
There are immigrants coming here r***ing people that are illegal aliens. They're doing this because I have a European descent. That's why they're doing it.
What the heck? Luke,
That's exactly why they're doing it. A white male. Oh, a white male is so scary.
You
What the
come,
is wrong
you
with
come
you
out
people?
with watch your mouth.
Like, how do you live with yourself?
Stop.
How many times is she gonna say watch his mouth and he's still cursing like he's cursing up a storm? He has no respect for his mother. He has no respect for anybody in that house. Like I said, if I was the brother, I'm talking you would have some You know what's actually funny? So in a lot of black homes, a lot of black families, your siblings end up beating your ass. Like like if you have an older brother or an older sister or whatever like that. Because let's be real, in some houses that it's a single family household, which is crazy because it's actually proven that black American men are more involved in their kids' lives than other groups. That's actually it's actually funny, but in situations where you got a single mother raising a kid and you got an older brother, your older brother would beat your. I remember I did something bad in school. Here comes my older brother, beats my ass. Oh, you can't handle it? Okay, don't worry about it. Literally tag my mother. He goes to go back to his place. He tags my mother, tells my mother what he does. I get a beating from my mother. 2 fucking beatings, right? And you don't. The only saving grace I had though, the only saving grace I had is that I didn't get beat with a. I'm not gonna even go there. I'm not gonna even say. All I'm gonna say is we talking stacks of beatings, right? So you already know this person, this kid.
So I'm actually being descent.
Stop. It has nothing to do with your skin color. It's what you're saying. It's what you're saying. Now stop.
Luke has already been told that he's not being detained or placed under arrest, leaving one of the officers wondering where this may be heading.
If anybody else
It's gonna be the end result here. It's gonna be 10 keys involved or what?
Roxy.
Now this is it, huh?
Legal exam.
Yeah.
Just an investigation.
So, with your consent,
She's gonna
because this is your
end up
home,
in
I
the
should,
future. Like, not today. Not today.
Sure enough, the federal agent has a larger plan in motion, one she will not be revealing today.
Honestly, I think it was so smart, right? This is just a hateful person. I don't think it really. See, a lot of boys are gonna grow up and eventually they're gonna go through this phase of where they like start disrespecting women or not liking women. It's sad that it's become so natural at this fucking point. Not all boys, but a lot of boys are gonna do this. Like they're gonna get to a point where they're gonna realize women are doing a lot of terrible shit, and a lot of them are gonna like lash out, right? I wouldn't be surprised if the FBI put this female agent in front of him purposely to make him react this way. I wouldn't be surprised.
In the meantime, the situation grows more tense when Luke's dad arrives at the scene.
Sure. Joe.
No.
Let's catch him up on everything first.
It's some of the stuff that Luke's been doing online. Nobody even about it
Things
till
on
now.
Instagram, I post things and they take it seriously and they come here and try to threaten us and search the home and think I'm a terrorist or something.
Because some of the stuff he said.
Yeah, free speech. I mean, what the They've acted
Quit
like I'm committing
swearing.
a crime.
Quit swearing.
No, this is absurd. I'm angry.
Well, too bad. You can't do crap like this.
So there's First
What
Amendment
the-
rights, of course, but when it becomes a written threat, it becomes a big concern.
It's just a joke. And they
This was posted on.
It don't matter,
It's-
Luke. That's serious. You
Yeah,
can't do
because you're
that.
not taking it serious. It's not a
So
joke
we
to
want
everybody
to-
It's
else.
not serious at all. It's laughable. It's stupid.
No, it's not. Stop.
With Luke's dad now informed of why they're here, the agent revisits her earlier concern about guns in the home.
I can take all my weapons and put in a gun safe
That would be great.
at my shop.
That would be.
I
That's
thought they were in your safe in the room.
and this is strictly to control.
Now, mind you, the mom literally said that there's only one gun in the house earlier. Correct me if I'm wrong. She doesn't even know there's multiple guns in the fucking house, which is insane to me because as a woman who, maybe it's just me, every woman that I've ever come across, and I'm not going to front, they have this thing where my mother did this shit. I will come home after a month of getting used to my surroundings. My entire area where I sleep at is now changed. What the fuck, mom? What are you doing? Stop doing this. Stop moving stuff. Even when I lived in a very, very small spot, right? My mother would come in and she would just move shit around. To talk about some feng shui and all of this shit to be silly. I literally brought a girl over, right? She got a little bit too comfortable. She starts moving shit around. There's no way in hell a lady should not know what's in the house. I'm just saying.
But this is strictly because of the safety concerns that they're having. As an example, some of the threats were women need to be in mass.
Oh my gosh. What the?
I'm gonna get a gun. That's what I'll do after a public area.
Are you kidding me, Luke?
Everyone, that's my instincts. That's what my instincts tell me.
I don't want to hear that. I'll take
so
it down.
For the concerns.
And put it in my gun.
See, if that was a black mom and dad, they would have been sitting there listening to all of that shit. And then when the FBI would have left, the family would have beaten their ass and they would have been fueled by every single thing that they said. They'd be like, what else did he say? He said you was going to do that? That's what you going to do? All right, I'm going to tell y'all something that happened in the past to a family member of mine. It was a girl in my family and she did something bad. It doesn't even matter. We did a bunch of bad shit growing up. Not crazy bad shit, but we did bad shit growing up. And I remember my mother's sister-in-law, she was gonna beat this kid. She was gonna beat the girl. And I remember the girl was told by somebody to play dead. Play dead. And I remember my fucking aunt poking at her and go, oh, you gonna play dead? Lay your ass right there. I got something for you. You gonna really be dead. Again, listen. You got a whole ass family right there. And again, the first people that he will go after when he starts his shit will be all of these people right here that he's talking the way that he's talking to. And then he'll go do his shit. So
What questions do you have for me?
None really. It's all a shock to me. I didn't know any of the pictures. I didn't know any of this stuff. Because they all think the buddies he talks to, it's all a big joke to slander different ethnic groups and all the stuff they think is funny.
And that's First Amendment protected.
Yeah.
It is. No matter how you feel about it, it's First Amendment protected, but it's not
Yeah,
First Amendment.
well,
It's a written threat. So
You don't go around saying.
No, many of the mass shooters have been incels.
Well, yeah, you can't.
It's a joke.
I don't care. You don't say. You don't.
They killed.
Obviously, it's not a joke because the lady's here.
Doesn't mean anything.
It does. No. They don't. I'm 56 years old. I never had the FBI come to my house.
No.
Because
Kind of bull.
it's hard to explain to you people.
Well, yeah. Well, you got a work way of thinking.
When the agent asks for a chance to look in the home and ensure there are no weapons in Luke's room, Luke speaks out against it, and his family seems to lose their patience with the teen.
There's no charges. They can't search our house. I'm not under arrest.
Okay, Luke.
They can't.
Just
They can't give a strong mouth.
you shut your mouth.
Go inside.
You know what? You need to go. Okay, go inside now, please.
They can see the guns. If I say they can see them.
So he cannot, if the parents say, go ahead and search his room, Luke can't say, I don't want you to search my room. They can get permission from the parents.
Why would you consider
Go
yourself?
Just shut your face.
Get it in the.
You're all ridiculous. How do you live
Just-
with yourself?
see what he's doing. How do y'all live with yourselves? Again, they would be the first ones when he starts his fucking spree, his family annihilator 2026. The first things you're gonna hear in his manifesto is they didn't understand me. How could they understand me? What was the shit he just said to his father? Trying to explain it's just a joke to you people. Yeah, man.
What?
He's mentally ill.
Watch what you say. Go inside.
Listen, you're not making the situation any better with your negative stuff.
You need to take.
You not making the situation any better with your negative stuff. Honestly, if that's your mom, you should have smacked mom real quick. Don't you ever, Again, this what happened in the black family.
Yeah, well, I'm taking it real serious. That he's moving all the guns out. Yeah, I am.
You gonna take the Xbox?
Yeah, I'm gonna
You know
take
what?
out.
This is not the time for that, okay?
Well, because I'm trying to get her to
It's
take it
not
more
the time
seriously.
for it.
Yeah. I just
Not
know.
the time for it.
Just like always, he won't get in trouble for anything.
Okay, how am I not taking it serious when we just found out about it? All the guns are going out.
Because you're trying to get rid
Go.
of it.
Go inside.
Go.
I don't feel safe in there by myself with him.
Oh, you know what?
Oh my goodness
I don't.
gracious.
And then call somebody and go somewhere else.
Yeah.
How about that?
The federal agent and the members of the Edgewater Police Department leave the home having obtained enough information to secure a warrant for Luke's arrest. 6 days later, officers descend on the teen's home under the cover of night.
Damn! This is how they do? Shit.
Hands up! Come out here!
More gas, please. All occupants to the resident.
Don't go
No, don't go back inside!
Come out to us with your hands up.
Lucas, hands up!
Everybody hands up.
There's the suspect right there, that's him. Lucas, stop guys, stop where you're at. Down on the ground, Lucas, get on the ground.
Are you kidding me?
Put your hands behind your back.
Did he?
You guys know exactly what this is about.
No, we don't.
Damn! Police were playing no fucking games. Y'all know exactly what this is about.
No, they came yesterday.
Don't say anything.
Stand up.
You hear me?
They came
somebody clear the channel.
What is it now? What is it now?
Let's go.
What for?
Yeah.
The same thing.
Give us a phone.
No, you may need the phone.
What was it for?
The same thing. Yep.
So why is this now?
What do you mean?
Why do they come now?
Because it's when we have a warrant for it.
Really?
Yes.
Well, don't say nothing.
So when you're charged with a crime, they can charge it out one of two ways. They can charge it out by summons, where you get a letter in the mail and say, you have a court date on this particular date, please come to court. Or they can charge it out by warrant. And in cases that involve violence or potential threats of violence, they do it under the cover of darkness, and they do it without telling you. So after that first visit with the FBI, what I would have recommended for him to do, call a lawyer right now. And that lawyer starts interacting with the prosecutor. They would have had a heads up. And what we do is, okay, well, he'll turn himself in. You're gonna do it, issue the warrant on Friday. He'll turn himself in on Friday.
Turn around, face the bed of the truck. You got anything I just gonna poke first, stick me?
No.
Okay, I just want to make sure.
What is happening? Why is it blurring out like
You've
that?
got a warrant for your arrest for written threats to kill or do terroristic attacks. Do you understand?
Yes.
All right. Spread your feet.
This is ridiculous.
It's not ridiculous.
Yeah, it is. I mean, the ghost, I agree. That was all crazy.
This is not ridiculous.
I think it's ridiculous. Why didn't they just take him that day then?
Because they didn't have it that day. It requires investigations. It requires time.
Yeah, I know what he was saying. I agree with that. That was all wrong, but...
Well, this is the result of that. It's taken very seriously. It's taken very seriously, yes.
These young kids.
It's not young kid. It's nothing to do about that.
That's where the failure starts with the fucking parents, because they're sitting there and they're not. It's going in one ear and going out the other. They think that this is just another normal ass thing, and it's not. Normal kids don't do shit like this. They may dip and dabble from here and there. They don't do shit like what these two boys have done. These fucking parents should have known better. They should have known that that was not the end of the fucking storm, that the storm was just brewing, right? They should have known this, right? And they're showing their true fucking colors. The truth of the matter is, the mother nor the father cares about that shit. If these was good parents, best believe they would have even been fighting amongst each other for how bad this shit looks with their fucking kid. Yeah. They thought they was sleeping, thought that this shit was sweet. That's what they thought.
Well, I think I know the kid.
Yeah, I understand that. I understand what you're saying.
Here, put it
He's
this
not gonna go kill somebody.
How the fuck would you
Put it this
know?
way, right? So put it this way: if something does happen and we did nothing about it, then you know.
There's nothing. He's here all the time.
But
He's not. He
listen,
don't leave
he's
the
not in a prison
house.
cell, you know. So at the end of the day, you have to understand that kind of stuff can't be taken lightly with the way the world is nowadays.
While Luke's mom heads inside to get a pair of shoes for her son, his dad continues speaking with police officers.
You got a placard put on the internet. You go to jail for that nowadays.
Yeah, if you're inciting mass murder of particular individuals, absolutely.
If you, what do you got? Name names, or you just?
No, you don't need to. You don't need to name names if you say that you're going to mass kill. Yes, that's not protected. That's not protected speech.
Free speech is a protected constitutional right. However, there is a point where it goes from being free speech to being a crime.
Any espousal of violence is no longer free speech. You cannot incite or request or make any attempts to say anything about violence. That becomes no more free speech. If you just simply say, I hate insert X group here, whatever. That is what it is. But you can't start espousing any kind of thing that says, I'm going to kill anybody. That's where it becomes a problem. A major problem, in fact, because the state of Florida deems it a second-degree felony, punishable by 15 years in prison.
You don't leave the house.
Great.
Many of them didn't leave the house. That didn't stop them from targeting a church, targeting a school, targeting some fucking parade. Stop it. Again, you're trying to defend your kid for doing something fucked up. The only thing you should be asking at this point is how long is he going to be in there? That's it. That's it. You failed as a parent. It is what it is. You had to have seen this coming. There's no way in hell you didn't have to see this coming. And I'll say this again. When it comes down to parents sitting there and defending their kids through thick and thin, it's some bullshit. It's some bullshit because you know your kid is bad. You know your kid did something fucked up. If there's evidence that your kid, you know what I'm saying, or your family member did some shit they weren't supposed to do, and you gonna sit there on live TV and you gonna make a fool out of yourself trying to stick up for them and lie for them and defend them, you're a fucking piece of shit too.
Right now he doesn't. Until he's decided he's ready. You can't not take stuff like that seriously, and we will never not take that seriously.
While behind bars, Luke reaches out to his brother in a recorded jail call.
I don't know what they're thinking, even though I meant not to have it. Yeah, well, you're just going to have to be honest and tell them that, and you need to apologize. Yeah, I know. It's my friends talkie or whatever. I don't know if they're going to ask you questions. Well, I'm sure everyone's going to be asking questions, and of course everyone around here is constantly looking at that for new mugshot because they got nothing better to do, so people are going to find out. Yeah, definitely, humiliating. I don't know, Luke, you need to say some prayers or something. Yeah, you're acting like I'm getting hung on the gallows in Nuremberg or something. No, but you gotta go through this. I mean, you brought it on yourself. Well, yeah, like I knew this would happen. It was just a joke on the internet. It's serious. They can't ignore that. That's how bad things happen. Yeah.
Luke's fears that his friends would all find out were eventually realized, as this conversation between Sea Salty Man and the FBI took place after Luke's arrest and his subsequent release from jail on a $10,000 bond. Fully aware of Luke's legal consequences, the team works to make his stance clear.
I just want to put this in the record. I won't and can't relate to going and wanting to shoot a place. That's absolutely mad. Mm-hmm. But certain people, I guess, can, just because that like ambiguous anger that has like built up in some people, especially like that sit in the house all day. They have no outlet, and all they do is they're chronically online. It's just not healthy.
What are your thoughts now?
My man, you literally just said, yo, are you fucking, yo, it's okay. All right, buddy.
Looking hindsight.
Definitely watch my emotions, and he definitely should do the same. Like, are you talking about like what I've learned from the whole experience?
Not really what you've learned, but what are your thoughts about his likelihood to maybe act on any of these types of threats?
I think that's a joke.
At what point does a joke become a reality? What's the line?
Very good question. A joke, it depends on like certainly like the circumstance, but with this specific situation, with him going out and harming something, I could sit here and say, because I've known him for so long, that I see the patterns, and who knows, but changes. So, truthfully, I don't know.
The special agent and Edgewater police also visited the home of another of Luke's close friends. According to police records, Luke had sent him what they described as numerous threats and derogatory comments against women.
One being like, I hate women so much it's unreal, just seeing them makes me seethe with rage, knowing other men women, and I can't, makes me seethe with rage, it makes me want to become a terrorist. Even if I ascended and somehow attained a woman, I would
look at our eyes.
I just beat her, I hate them.
From what I read it.
Do you remember reading that? No.
Sounds like he's just kind of got his blockers on,
Yeah.
not really paying attention to it.
And I know he's just like I am. We're like, oh yeah, that's them, whatever, you don't do anything. But then he started saying it, and we're like, whoa, the world's different now. You can't say this. And
Exactly,
it's
100%.
words, and we've seen it. I mean, we're living it.
Right. And you can call it a joke as much as you like.
Right.
But a lot of other people have called it jokes in the past
Absolutely.
who have acted out.
Right. And that is very excessive to me. So I would have never imagined him to keep having these. And I hope it is just a kid talking, but that definitely would put a concern that I'm not trying to be mean, but I do think he's not allowed to come around just for, I don't want to take any chances.
According to court documents, 19-year-old Lucas Gregory Nepturlane was charged with 1 count of written threats to kill or do bodily injury. He entered a plea of not guilty and is currently still out on bond. The case is ongoing, and a pretrial hearing has been set for May 20th, 2026. Special thank you to Bruce for reviewing this case.
Stop snitching.
I have 2 roommates.
Okay.
One of them dead.
What the fuck? Husband vlogs becoming a killer? Nah, buddy, that's probably gonna be for another time. That shit sounded crazy off the jump, though. Like, there's so many cases that it's crazy to me, because it's like you would think that these kind of things wouldn't happen, or you would think, okay, there's 50 states, right? So maybe 1 or 2 or 3 a day. It's so much more than that. It's so much more than that.
I'm like, Jody, what? He said, I done killed them, and my heart dropped. I said, what are you talking about? Where are you? He said that he cut him up with a machete.
Guests at the Country Inn and Suites in Bedford, New Hampshire are settling down for a quiet evening indoors when the peace is suddenly shattered. As investigators gather the facts, they're unaware of another utterly harrowing secret hidden inside one of the hotel rooms. The following report is based on police records, and most of the footage has never been seen before until now. Please note that while the following CCTV footage is intense, it does not show anyone being physically harmed or injured. Shortly after 4:30 on August 21st, 2021, 2 men check into the hotel. The one on the left is 28-year-old Nathan Cashman, and the other is 42-year-old Theodore Lucky. While nothing seems amiss at first glance, one of these men harbors murderous thoughts about to be unleashed.
And I mean, from the time I seen this guy, I don't know, I just had a bad feeling about him. Creepy.
Minutes after this encounter, a witness in room 312 hears hair-raising cries from the hallway on the 3rd floor.
It sounded like a man screaming at the top of his voice, help me, and several times, 3 or 4 times. And then I heard somebody, it sounded like footsteps following him, behind him. And then I heard silence, but I heard like banging, like somebody was hitting the walls on the hallway a couple times. Then it was silent.
And this is all things that you heard?
I heard, yeah.
Did you see anything?
No, I was not going to open the door.
Okay.
Although most witnesses stayed inside their rooms to avoid the danger, the hotel security camera captured the unfolding violence. A witness staying in room 218 notices 2 men at the end of the hallway engaged in an altercation.
And when I got off the elevator, there was 2 men at the end of the hallway, one of which was beating one man with the hose of a fire extinguisher. And when they heard the elevator ding, they turned, and one guy was screaming, "Get the police," and the other guy started moving toward me that was beating him. So I ran to my room as quick as I could and got in with my key, and then I called the main desk about 8 or 9 times and couldn't get through, and then about 10 minutes later, I had police knocking on my door.
Photographs taken of the crime scene show glimpses of this encounter near the 2nd floor window as guests struggle to avoid the bedlam. One of the witnesses describes a desperate decision Nathan was forced to take in a panicked attempt to save himself.
And when I came out, I look up. I said, oh man, this dude jumped out the window trying to save his life. You know what I'm saying? There's blood all over the window. The frame of the window's on the ground right there. And then that's when the other maintenance guy that's here was sitting in his car. I went over and told him, I said, man, did you see that? He said, no, I didn't see nothing. I was down on my phone. I said, man, look, dude just jumped out the window. 2 minutes later, at least 2 minutes later, there's a white guy running around the corner. And then all of a sudden, the guy came behind him with the black guy with the red hair had a machete in his hand. And he whacked him in the back of his head right before he went in and put like another gash of many gashes that this guy already had on him. So he goes in and I'm like, oh man.
As Theodore chases Nathan back inside the hotel, Another eyewitness recounts what he observed inside the lobby as the assault nears its gruesome conclusion.
The two people came blasting into the door, and the one in the front, the other guy was chasing, was saying, "Please help, please help." I saw the guy hit him once, and then we just got out of there. That was the last thing we saw.
Security camera footage further underscores Nathan's desperate struggle to escape the malicious assault as witnesses look on in horror. As Theodore continues his relentless attack against Nathan, the front desk clerk inexplicably puts himself in grave danger while he's on the phone with a 911 operator. While it may seem that this situation is coming to an end, Theodore is just getting started, and another horrifying discovery remains to be uncovered behind the closed doors of this hotel. This horrifying attack in the lobby lasted almost 4 minutes, but it'll take investigators much longer to uncover the reasons behind such a cruel assault. 12 minutes later, the medical team arrives to check on Nathan. Paramedics note a deep laceration across Nathan's neck, suggesting that his throat had been slit and declares death. Unsurprisingly, a medical examiner will later note in the autopsy report that Nathan died from multiple chop wounds of the head, neck, and body. As Theodore flees the crime scene, officers are unaware that they're about to receive a lead from an unlikely location over 250 miles away.
What's going on?
My wife just got a call from her son. Okay. He just killed somebody in New Hampshire. Okay, he just got out of prison, apparently, and it's been back and forth down here. She come home, she's all upset. I'm watching the game, me and my cousin, she blew my high. She tells me, Junior just killed someone. Where the hell is Junior at? He's in New Hampshire. I talked to him on the phone.
Sure it was him?
I'm positive it was him, okay? And he's telling me, Dad, I understand, and I'm talking to him, telling him what not to do. Hey, I understand what's going on. He'll get killed tonight, okay? Because they're looking for him.
More officers from the Asbury Park Police Department in New Jersey arrive on the scene, and Theodore's mother, Vivian Brown, relays vital information.
I got a phone call from my son. He was hysterical, he was cussing, and my son don't cuss around me. He was like, Mom, you was f***ing right, you was f***ing right. I'm like, Junior, what? He said, I done killed the mother. And my heart dropped. I said, what are you talking about? Where are you? He said that he cut him up with a machete at some hotel or somewhere. And I was like, where are you? Where are you? He said, I'm in New Hampshire. I don't know where I'm at. I said, well, whose car are you driving? I don't know. Mom, I'm lost. I don't know. I'm just going to tell you. I'll just tell you that I love you. I'm saying goodbye to you. I'm going away for the rest of my life. I don't give a damn. He's dead. I'm covered in blood. I don't know.
Yeah.
As New Jersey officers dispatch...
Yeah, sure, that's heartbreaking. The best case scenario, he goes to jail forever. That's probably the best case for him because, honestly, you run up to police with that machete, you got to be put down. You're a fucking psychopath, dog. Again, he's chasing somebody around the fucking hotel. Like, this is like a movie from what? Texas Chainsaw Massacre or what's it? Jason Voorhees or Halloween and shit like this. Craziness. And again, you just got out of jail and you doing shit like this, bro? Nah. Again, I don't understand how they be just letting people out. Literally, from what we just know, how you letting somebody out of jail and I'm pretty sure his paper trail is crazy.
Pass this information to the New Hampshire State Police. Vivian shares more about Theodore.
He just got out of prison Mother's Day weekend, May the 7th.
Have you ever acted out like this before?
That's why he was in prison the last time.
According to online reports, Theodore was convicted of sexually assaulting a 13-year-old minor in
And y'all let him out? He has been previously convicted of kidnapping and facilitation of a crime, a felony in Ocean County Superior Court in New Jersey on March 20, 2012. So he was in jail for a minute. Yo, this is exactly what I be talking about, right? There are different classes of fucking crimes, right? And the craziest thing is they be letting the most egregious offenders and putting them in the same category as motherfuckers that be doing something like consensual fucking fight between two men, right? Or some bullshit where it's like the person was defending themselves and they ended up, probably not letting the person that attacked them get away. You don't put a person who defends himself in like or some shit like this with a motherfucker that's raped a 13-year-old. What the fuck, dog? Wait, hold on. I'm just trying to figure this out. Hold on. So he went to jail for a minute for messing with a 13-year-old. But you can't put all these other motherfuckers that be sexually assaulting these women in jail. How many times have we read? Well, I guess it's state to state, right? State to state. Because could you imagine if every single individual that does some crazy shit like that, they all just do a flat 13 years? How much better that would be, even the female teachers?
2004, and in 2012 he pled guilty to 2 counts of kidnapping and served a portion of his sentence in the Northern New Hampshire Correctional Facility, where he met Nathan.
You know anyone by a Nate or a Nathan? He just got out of prison too. Okay. Evidently they were lovers in prison.
Oh
Shocked by
my
what their son has
gosh.
just admitted to doing, Vivian has reached her emotional limit with Theodore.
I understand. I'm not.
Honey, as long as he's alive.
I did look past it.
Okay?
When he took that boy's life, I should have took his right along with it. That's the way
Oh shit, mama! That's what the fuck I'm talking about. Mama, that's exactly what the fuck I'm talking about. She probably was on her last nerve when he done assaulted that 13-year-old. Accepted the fact that his son was gay. Her son was gay. But taking a life, that's 3 strikes right there, baby.
feel about it. You don't go around here killing nobody. I don't care what they do to you. You don't take nobody's life.
I understand that.
You don't do that.
I just don't want him to die for being stupid.
What?
He took someone's life. I don't want to hear that. He should have took his life right along with it. If he wanted to take somebody's life, he should have took it.
Theodore's parents and the officers don't know yet that this is only a part of the crime he committed that day. Soon a call comes in that changes the entire dynamic of the situation inside the apartment.
Hello? He turned himself in. He's ready to walk in. Junior? Yes, Mom. Why, baby? Why? I love you, Mom. I love you too. Where you at? What police station you at? What police station is this? Bedford. Yeah. I took somebody's life, Mom. I did.
As Theodore speaks with his parents, one of the officers makes an alarming observation.
He's on the phone. I don't think he's in custody yet. No. Junior, whose phone are you on? My phone.
You are in handcuffs?
No, I'm at the police station. A fireman just walked out.
Thankfully, Theodore is taken into custody without further incident. As detectives escort him into an interrogation room and read him his Miranda rights, they will soon confront him about yet another bone-chilling discovery made at the hotel.
What the fuck did this dude do?
Nathan was my boyfriend. Okay. Alright. How long have you guys been dating? Over 3 years. Okay.
You killed your lover of over 3 years with a fucking machete? Okay.
He's definitely gone. You tell me that. You get that information from me, and I'll tell you anything you want to know. I'm telling you the information that I have. Is that
What did Nathan? Wait, hold on, because this might be some crazy shit, right? This could be some shit like Nathan was doing some. I don't. You ever? I brought this up before. You ever seen a situation where 2 sides are bad and you shouldn't root for either? Fuck them all, burn the entire scene down. Like in my head, I'm always thinking of like different angles of something, and I'm wondering now, what the fuck did Nathan do for you to get chased around this hotel through a fucking window and then chased back into the hotel? What the fuck? Or did he just fucking snap? Now I'm trying to figure this out. Because you hear what he's saying. He just wants to know that this guy is dead before he says everything. What the fuck is going on?
he's deceased? What happened tonight that kind of caused this? I was hurt. Yeah. He got out of prison a few weeks ago.
Okay.
Theodore claims that he drove from New Jersey that morning to see Nathan and arrived at the hotel around noon.
We'd like to know what the interaction was in the hotel room. Yeah, we started arguing about him yelling at me.
While Theodore shares about the incident, officials also know there's more to his story as they explore the timeline of events.
I guess you said, did stuff happen in the hallway, or was it down into the lobby? Or could you help us understand where things kind of happened? It happened in the lobby, in the hallway, in the hotel. And when you say happened, are you stabbing, or is it more like a hitting, or how would you describe it? Hitting. Hitting? Like coming from up down? Yep. And where were you hitting him? Everywhere. Okay.
Crime scene photographs show the bloody machete Theodore used in the slaughter. But shockingly, Nathan was not the only victim that day. While officers were interviewing witnesses at the hotel, they discovered shocking security footage showing Theodore checking into the hotel earlier that day with 60-year-old David Hanford. But David didn't know that he was walking into a nightmare.
He killed that 60-year-old too?
Is there another person? Who's this other person?
Later reports state that David is Theodore's ex-boyfriend and has known him for decades. Theodore later claimed that David believed they were at the hotel for a romantic weekend and knew nothing about his plans for Nathan.
Who's the other gentleman that you were asking about? Is he Dave? Dave? Okay. Where was Dave? In the room. So Dave was also in the room? In another room. Oh, okay. Did he come up with you from New Jersey? Okay.
As officers started clearing the crime scene, they received information that there may be a second victim. As they cleared the hotel's third floor, they knocked and received no response from one of the rooms. Upon opening the door, officers found David completely incapacitated.
So you're in the hotel with Dave, and how is he, he's bound to the bed or tied to the bed? Yeah. Okay. And did he do that sort of voluntarily, or was that something that you decided to do? David, well, more so him, he likes the whole SM and bonds type thing.
They found David covered in a hotel blanket with a belt wrapped around his neck and clear tape covering his nose and mouth. It appeared he'd been dead for some time. While it's still unknown what prompted Theodore to commit this horrifying act, the eventual answer is something none of the detectives anticipated.
I told Dave that I was hoping for the best, but preparing for the worst. I told Dave I didn't want to hurt him. I wish that I could leave you in the room like tied to the bed. But because I told you everything, he's like, yeah, you're telling me. But I said, well, things go south. I knew what I was going to do. You didn't want him to get out. No. You mentioned you didn't want him to say what you had said about Nathan. Yeah.
Theodore claims that he kept David inside the room and eventually suffocated him to death because David knew about his plans. He feared that David might have escaped and warned Nathan about the impending attack. But to understand what motivated Theodore to attack Nathan, detectives must explore their relationship. 2 weeks prior to the events at the hotel, Theodore and his friends drove up to visit Nathan and noticed something odd about him.
But then I came outside and I was talking to him and I noticed if there was a hickey on his neck.
Bro, nah.
A week later, when Nathan calls off their relationship, things spiral out of control.
And he said that he was breaking up. I said, why? That's when he told me he had slept with some girl. Less than 2 weeks ago, you were telling me that you wanted to be with me, you wanted to marry me, and now you're moving in with your ex-girlfriend. He told me that he wanted to see me. Of course, I wanted to see him. Was that the plan today, just to meet up and to talk, or was... Yeah. We laid in the bed together. He told me that it felt weird, because in his head, he'd say he felt like he was cheating on his ex-girlfriend.
Minutes after this statement, the attack begins.
I wanted to hurt him. I wanted him to feel the pain that I felt.
Theodore's rage.
I'm sorry. Two people dying is not funny. I just find it crazy because it's like, in my head, I'm thinking of so many horrible, horrible things. The 28-year-old's a piece of shit. The 60-year-old that you were fucking, you acting like as though, you know how they go, it's a crime of passion, not murder. The fuck? What? And on top of that, why are you hurt? You were cheating on Nathan with this 60-year-old. Am I bugging? Am I crazy? Am I not? Okay. Shit's gay, man. Shit's gay.
Rage and feelings of betrayal led to the murders of Nathan and David. On November 7th, 2022, Theodore pled guilty to 2 counts of murder in the first degree. He received 2 life sentences without the possibility of parole.
Good. Keep his ass there forever. Keep his ass there forever.
It's been a lot.
You know what an accelerant is?
No.
Can't tell when you're being honest or when you're lying to me anymore. Because you lie so much.
This is 34-year-old Teresa Conley. Days ago, Teresa planned and executed a terrifying arson, setting her husband on fire as he lay in his bed. And while Jim was engulfed by flames, Teresa was caught on camera having a Chick-fil-A playdate.
Y'all go straight to Chick-fil-A.
Nah!
Chick-fil-A is no more than 8 minutes.
Now,
Shorty killed her husband and went to Chick-fil-A? Fun fact, I've only been to Chick-fil-A once in my entire life. Food is mid. I thought that it was amazing. That shit was not worth it. That shit was not worth it. I don't know. Maybe there's something I'm missing. If you guys go to Chick-fil-A, what did I not get proper with the chicken over there?
now through desperate lies.
I think you're lying to us. I think you were lying.
But not on purpose.
And even worse acting, detectives will realize that what happened inside the Conley household was no simple accident.
I don't know anything about fire.
There's only 2 people who know what the truth are. One of them is dead now, and the other is you. And we know you're lying.
It's the morning of June 29th, 2007 in Ringgold, Georgia, and 34-year-old Teresa Conley is heading to Chick-fil-A with her 2 children for an early lunch. But as they're leaving, 11-year-old Caleb notices something alarming: black smoke rising from their home. His mother claims she was just burning some papers, and the 3 go on their way. Yet something far more sinister may have been going on, because inside, Teresa's 57-year-old husband, Jim Conley, is trying desperately to put out the growing flames. And it's not long before the smoke causes him to lose consciousness and never regain it. An autopsy later confirms he died of smoke inhalation, and despite the suspicious amount of antidepressants and sedatives found in his bloodstream, the burns on the soles of his feet indicate he tried to stomp out the flames. EMS find Jim's body in a back bedroom, but the fire's discovered to have begun in the kitchen, and a petroleum-based accelerant, although not gasoline, is found throughout the house. So with the clues adding up, Teresa's brought in for questioning a few days later, where what she has to say only arouses more suspicion.
Just wanted to talk to you once again about the events of last week dealing with this fire, okay? You've had a little bit of time to think about some things. You know, I know the day we did the first interview, you know, was you just heard about all this and drove back from Knoxville. So,
Just chill.
well, I want you to kind of go over the events from last week dealing with this fire. I know, but I want you to go over them again for me. Okay.
I don't know anything about fire.
Well, tell us again.
Start off in the morning. I mean, what time did you wake up? That kind of stuff.
I don't know, it was we always woke up 6:30, 7 o'clock, drank our coffee together, talked. I don't know, husband and wife things. That's what you do before you get kids up. And I was going to go get a car, took my shower. He talked to the kids a little bit. Said he didn't feel well, but he'd been in bed for like 4 days. I mean, I can pull office records to show he's worked like maybe 6, 7 days in 4 months. Anyway, long story short, he said his stomach was upset and he was gonna fix toast. And kissed me, tell me you love me. Those kids love him. And it says when we are back.
Until recently, Jim worked as a successful chiropractor at his own office, the Alpha Wellness Center, with Teresa working alongside him as a massage therapist and office assistant. But after contracting Lyme disease, Jim was forced to stop working, and the family soon fell into financial ruin. And then Teresa got the phone call that changed everything.
Jerry called from the office and told me to pull over, and I'm like, I can't pull over, I'm in much traffic, and He told me to get a phone to Robin, I did. She told me to get out of the car. I got out of the car, asked her what was wrong. And she told me my house was on fire, and Jim didn't make that. I just lost it. There. I walked around him and
I love how detectives will sit there and see how you react by awkwardly not reacting when you do something. Like, you know how when someone does something in a conversation and you're, as a human being, you're supposed to react. Like, somebody does something, you do something to react, respond to it. Somebody does something, you do something. So when somebody's like trying to, like, when someone's acting, they throw them off that way. I just find it interesting. I mean, I think that's what they're doing.
important. And I had come back home and they told me I need to come here, and that's when I met you guys.
I wonder if they do that so that the person keeps talking and they reveal more details that fucks up their story in their head that they're trying to set for the tone.
And I don't, last 3 days don't even ask me about, because I don't even know. I know the kids are fed, clean, clothed, loved. I've kept them right with me. But nothing makes sense, and I don't understand, and I don't know what to do. You guys tell me. This is your scope, not mine. I don't know what to do. I don't know what you need to know. I don't know how to answer you because I wasn't there,
Well, I mean,
and I don't know.
The easiest way to answer us is to make sure you're telling us the truth when you answer us. Everything that you tell it has to be accurate, because it's more difficult to tell a lie, because when we turn around and we find out if there's a lie, it's easy to verify.
Your word's your bond, and you're only as good as your bond, or as your word. That's how I was raised. I'm sorry. If I've done it,
So you're only as good as your word.
That's it.
Right. Word down.
And you can pull, I don't care, call anybody you want to. Very reputable people that have known me for many years. And I'm just me. What you see is what you get. And I love my husband more than myself. We had our hard times because he did get sick. And everybody has financial problems. It wasn't anything we wouldn't go get through.
So you say you had a good marriage?
We had a wonderful marriage. I mean, everybody has their days you don't like them. You love them, but you don't like them. But
so your only problems in your marriage were dealing with his health and financial problems.
And those had just started really the last 2 years. And yes, there was an age difference between us, but he was a late bloomer.
Jim owned his own chiropractic office, Alpha Wellness Center. It was there he hired then 21-year-old Teresa to work the front desk. And despite their 20-year age gap, they soon began a relationship. Teresa became pregnant with Caleb, and they married a year later, and went on to have daughter Allison a few years after. But things weren't as perfect as Teresa wants detectives to believe, because as time went on, Jim not only suspected her of having multiple affairs, but of embezzling tens of thousands of dollars from the practice, two suspicions that happened to be true. And when he contracted Lyme disease and was unable to work, their financial situation soon became dire.
He pretty much went downhill after that, about the last, really bad 4 to 6 months. Gradually, the last 2 years, but he's been sick for about 6. But he still worked, he's still done everything. He was a happy man. I mean, he did.
So he went back to bed.
I guess, because I left that and he said he was making toast.
Well, he went to bed after getting up. You know.
God, he asked me for something more. He asked me for a t-shirt. He had sweated real bad, and I got him a t-shirt. And he changed that. And I told him, I asked him, "Did you want to go with me?" And he said, "No, he could." And I asked him, "Did he want me to make his toast?" And he said, "No, just go on. I'll be okay." And
Where did this conversation take place at?
oh God, I don't know, the kids were running around.
Was it in your bedroom? Was he up? Was he still in bed?
Honestly, I think it was in the bathroom. How do you get through the door?
Okay.
He said, "No, he'd handle it and just go." And he said, "Wait a minute." And I waited and told him to see just and be careful and see you later.
Who was the last one to leave the house?
All of us went together.
Y'all went together?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because I had a rental car at the time. So she went with me to drive it back so I could get this car and drive in the truck.
No, he's talking about like
Walking out of the house. Walking out of the house. Who's the last one to walk out of the house?
Oh my God.
It looks like Teresa's having trouble answering a basic question about who was the last to leave the house. But the detective seems confident he already knows the answer. Teresa made sure the kids were out of the house before starting the fire. And if you like watching guilty people like Teresa try to talk their way out of murder, you're in the right place.
Okay.
Subscribe.
I don't know. You're asking me things and it's like, you think about them and it's like, I don't know. I'm so used to being chaotic and getting car gets in, or if you got everything and hurrying, and I was trying to make traffic because it was going to be 4th of July weekend and when we get home and people do things like this and just not mean to. Because, I mean, he has snapped with bipolar before, but it was more, once you could get in there to say, what are you afraid of? Then suddenly he comes out of that. It was like something was snapping, so whoa, okay.
What?
I mean, you guys tell me, what do you think? What? Tell me something. Where is it? What?
Tell me about your financial problems again.
Oh, they suck. It would have been okay. It always has been. It's small business. They go up, they go down, and you stay together, and it's okay. It's not anything we've always made it through.
Were you losing the house?
That was up in the air because I was going to be able to call. I got a letter from their attorney that I had 30 days to make a proposal or something like that. But we were trying to work with options to see refinance or, because of his health, just go ahead, try to sell it and downsize, and then everything was okay. But then my dad was going to loan us the money to go ahead and work out country life. And so that wasn't an issue. That would have been okay. And he knew that. But
what about the cars?
I let the truck go back because it was a piece of crap. And it just was gas hog, and it was a smart thing to do.
What about the other car you had?
His Jeep, he voluntarily turned it in because he couldn't drive for a while. And when one's working, you do what you have to do. And we did, and that's what we've always done, and that was our strength.
What about the business?
I can't say it's great, but it's going. It's still going. It's still growing. We have another doctor working in there, a light therapy working in there, 2 massage therapists, and then 2 more last week are wanting to come in and work with us. But that, again, falls on me. So that's...
But no financial troubles with the business?
I mean, it's had its up and downs, but as far as, say, bankruptcy and anything like that,
Teresa saying the company's doing well may not be the defense she thinks it is, because in a well-run company, financial fraud is quickly noticed, and considering how much she'd siphoned off over the years, it was only a matter of time before her crime was discovered. But there was something else she stood to gain from getting Jim out of the way besides her freedom, his life insurance policy.
What kind of life insurance policy did you have on? You yourself and your husband?
Me, my dad carries mine, and it's like, I think, 150, 170 some thousand. His, I don't know. I told him that. For that reason, he and Tom worked it out. He gives up Tom, and just because people are people. And I am 23 years younger than him. And I didn't ever want that to be an issue because there's no amount of money in this world worth my husband. He was my life, and I was his.
You ever have a drug problem?
Oh.
Never done any drugs?
Oh, yeah, God, high school. No, but I mean, pills, no, God, and work.
Anything over the last few years?
Outside of what they last two for surgeries. No, I can't take anything. Trust me, get a whole record full. They'll show you. Why do you ask?
Well, I mean, you're portraying yourself as having a great marriage, that, you know, and I would consider a few arguments, you know, still could be great because everybody has arguments. But you're portraying yourself as having this great marriage. I'll be honest with you, we've been checking and we're not finding that.
Oh?
We're finding that your marriage was awful.
How is that?
Well, I mean, we're finding that 2 or 3, 4 extramarital affairs.
Mm.
I don't think you want me to give you the names.
I do want you to give me names because I want it proved.
Be pretty easy to do.
Damn.
Please.
We're just, look, you know, we're trying to use that honesty.
Bro, that's crazy. Even the police are like, yo, you a hoe. What? You're a whore.
Perfect.
Honesty is what
it wasn't, but
honesty is.
It is
all you got.
But my husband is all I had, and when we first got married, and tell you what I told them, if I had had half as many as I had been accused of, it'd be unbelievable.
Well, you're accused of 4. So clearly he wasn't all you had. You was getting you was getting more than some on the sides. See, when you get a side, right, it's like a 2-piece, right? And then the biscuit would be the side, right? No, the biscuit would be a part of the 2-piece, right? The side would be the extra thing. You didn't just get a side, you got double extras. Are you fucking kidding me? Mm-mm.
And that's a fact. But, you know, we've been married 14 years, and yeah, we had problems, but they were ours. And it was till death do we part.
When you say that you got no financial problems that you couldn't work out,
that would have worked out.
Both of you had filed Chapter 13. You lost both your cars.
When did you file 13?
There's 2 liens against your house right now in the courthouse.
When did you file Chapter 13?
Let me finish. And you owe, there's 2 federal liens against the business for not paying your taxes.
That was speaking of that as well.
But you keep saying that. I mean, but you're portraying it for something that it's not.
No, because Georgia and I are working now. Georgia at the IRS. Just hit me with it, guys. What do you think?
I don't think you're being honest.
What do you think? Okay.
I don't think you're being honest. I think the time that you left is just blatantly a lie.
But it's not.
It is. It's too far off. We got it proved. We know what time you left.
So what are you telling me? Are you thinking I killed my husband?
No, I'm just saying that you're not being totally honest. All right, and you said the honesty and your word is all you got.
And
right now your word hasn't impressed me.
And that's fine, but I know when I left, I know what I've done, and I know our lives. And I'm not going to sit here and tell you things about my dead husband that are dead because of his sickness. It's not worth it. And we made it through that, and I did too. And that made us stronger. And I loved him. And for whatever reason, nothing in this world will ever change that.
While Teresa claims she loved Jim till death do us part, it seems she may have tested that theory out personally. But while she practically begs detectives to ask her whatever they want, she may end up regretting it before the interview's over. Because they have the proof to back up their claims, and witnesses close to Teresa who refute hers.
Ask what you want. We'll go wherever, call George, do whatever, your affairs. I had one, we were separated, and actually, you all put him in jail. And that was Danny.
You was fucking a criminal?
Like, I mean, I'm honest.
But I'm kind of curious how the rest of them is.
That's how I am. I'm an honest kind of guy, and I can prove that you had more than one. I can prove that your finances weren't good. I can prove
I told you they weren't good because neither one of us had been well.
I can prove that they weren't getting any better. I can prove that you didn't leave the house when you said you did.
Robin says you didn't leave the house when you said you did.
Somewhere between 8:15 and 8:30.
Robin's 8:45 or later. At least at a minimum 8:45.
I ain't going there because she is.
No, even without her, if she died, I told us that I can still prove that she left the house.
We know what time you left the house.
I think you know what was going on. I do.
How would I have known what was going on?
That's what I'm here to find out. That's what I'm trying to find out. I would like for you to start being honest with us.
Of 14 years. And I loved him. Ask anybody.
Well, we've asked a lot of people.
Call his mother. Call anybody. I don't know. Call them.
That's what we're telling you. We've been calling people. And everybody we talk to says the same thing. And what you're portraying as your life is
So who are you calling? Because I can count the ones that know better.
We're calling people that knew you guys.
And they're calling us.
Like who?
And there's lots of people.
Guys, I love my husband. He had me 2 wonderful children. And I would have never hurt him. Ever.
I don't say that I disagree with that.
I know that. I know that. And
I think there's a lot more going on than what you're willing to tell us.
I don't want to tell you things about him to make him look like a bad person because he wasn't. He was sick.
All we're wanting is the truth.
And that is.
Yeah.
But I care.
We're not getting we're not getting the truth from you. You know, not all of it's the truth.
Because it's gonna make him look like a bad person and he's not.
I mean, the truth, you know, is all you got.
I would go to jail before I let somebody know that man would go off
and about beat me and his son to death.
I talked to people that says he had a problem, that he was belligerent. He was belligerent at the office with you, that y'all came to almost blows at the office, that it was so bad. We've already talked to people. I'm familiar with that.
That I would go to jail before I would let somebody think bad of him because of that.
Well, right now, the only two people that knows what's going on is this detective and myself. And, you know, and all we're trying to do is get to the truth. And whether you're telling us lies to keep from the truth coming out, which is
I don't want
always
him to look like a bad person.
well, the time frame you leaving is not going to make him look bad. It's making you look bad because you're lying.
But I'm not lying. I walked out the door and got in the car. Maybe it took us a few minutes longer to load up or whatever. I didn't pay attention.
Teresa wants detectives to believe that if only Jim hadn't been allegedly violent, she'd tell them the truth about what happened. And while witnesses did testify to his moody behavior, there was no proof he'd ever struck Teresa or the children. But it's not the only thing she's less than honest about. And now even more witnesses are coming forward to refute her story, including a deputy who spotted her leaving the house, a friend who rode with her that morning, and even her own kids.
Damn.
You drove straight from there to Chick-fil-A, right?
No, one of the kids had to pee. And it was either at the Satan or some right there when you come out on 27, that one song.
You're the only person saying that. Everybody else in that car says y'all drove straight to Chick-fil-A. From your house to Chick-fil-A is no more than 8 minutes.
Anywhere from
Let's even say you stop and use the bathroom. 12 minutes. So now you've left your house at 9 o'clock or later.
I know we didn't do that.
And we got a deputy that's seen you leaving the house.
Drove right in front of your house while y'all
You seen a patrol car come down the road.
Yeah, he did a lot of that. Yeah.
Now,
that was at 9:05.
that was at 9:05. You left the house at 9:05.
How did it take us that long to put the kids in the car?
That's what we're wondering. Why did it take you that long?
You seen the deputy go by. The deputy knows what.
Yeah, because I wave at him all the time.
So you left at that time.
That's possible. But I know when I walked out the door to put stuff in the back, it was about 8:30. But
What'd you do for 30 minutes?
God, who knows? Arguing kids, one forgot this, one forgot that, who's sitting where, who's going where, you name it.
How about, I'm just going to lay down another card for you.
Hit me with it.
The kids were in the car when you come out of the house. They were already sitting down in the car.
And got back out twice.
Robin got there and got in the car and waited on you for about 10 minutes.
No, she did not.
I mean, your son that's 11 who doesn't have the greatest concept of time, I'll give you that.
She didn't sit in that car 10 minutes. She got out and smoked.
Well, she may have been smoking, but she waited for you 10 minutes with the kids sitting in the car.
And that's when I was asking Jim to want to fix his toes and come out and fetch cats.
See, now that I've given you a little bit, you're giving me closer to
It makes sense though, because it's like, okay,
because the truth
they
is
get
easier
out
to
and they
tell
come
than a
out.
lie.
Well, honey, I wasn't lying to you. I'm just saying, I walked out the door at that time to get in the car, and God knows I'm the slowest one in the world.
I mean, I don't mind telling you though, I think you're lying to us. I do.
But
you were lying. I mean, it was.
But not on purpose. I went out.
Sure, it was 8:30.
And then
Because I did walk out at 8:30. But that don't mean I left the driveway. But I knew I left at 8:30.
Well, that makes me think, well, what's she covering for? That makes everybody think, what's she covering for?
What is there to cover? I'm going to the car.
Well, that's what we're trying to figure out. I mean, it don't take 30 minutes to get in the car.
Have you had my kids?
I seen your son more than 10 minutes today, and he might
You've seen the sun, okay? And I'll tell you what I tell everybody. You have socially acceptable, dysfunctional, and then the comedies. Anything is possible. And guys, I'm not gonna lie to you on purpose.
There's more than one reason why Teresa should be nervous, but one of the biggest is this. The timeline shows the fire started at the exact same time she left with her children. And while it's not enough evidence to get Teresa to confess, it is enough to scare her into changing her story.
Do you know what time the fire call comes in?
I have no clue.
Right around 9:30.
What?
Right around 9:30. And it's been burning probably, in that 20-minute range. So right about the time you left is about the time that fire started.
There's no way.
Yeah.
There's a way.
So is there anything else that you want to let us know?
I did not do this.
I'm not saying exactly what you did, but you know what happened.
I'm thinking that you have knowledge of what happened.
I can
You knew it was
tell,
going to happen.
I can tell you, no, I didn't know it was going to happen, but I know the last couple of weeks, he talked about wanting to die, he'd be better off dead. He was burdened.
We asked you about that in the first interview.
And I told you, but I told
That's
you,
why I take notes.
but that's when I told you, my heart, when you asked, I said, my head, because of his illness,
The coroner asked
anything
you,
is possible.
The coroner asked
But
you,
my heart,
has he ever threatened suicide? You said yes, he's threatened suicide, but not in a long time, but he has done it before.
yeah.
Well, if he had threatened it 3 or 4 times in the last week, I think that would have probably been the time.
He
to brought that
wasn't
up.
threatening though. It was like he was sick, and he's like, I just
You know what?
like I'm having a bad day. My God, I just be better off dead and to have things said.
Let's take Jim out of the equation. Let's say that had to happen to him. I still think you know what was going to happen that day. I think you knew that y'all were going to try to burn that house.
Why would I burn my husband alive?
And I said, let's take him out of it. Let's say that he wasn't burned. Let's just say that for argument's sake. I'm not arguing that point.
So let's just what he's saying.
Because that's not us.
Yeah.
That is not us.
You found yourself in a corner. You guys are back against the wall.
So you give it to the bank and you move in a smaller house.
Well, that would be the logical choice.
And that's the right thing.
You know what an accelerant is?
No.
Yo, I was thinking that do they know when there's a fire? Even after the fire's done, aren't they able to find the traces of the accelerant? Because if it's a natural fire, it wouldn't just be an accelerant all over the place, right? They would know. They would know. I mean, imagine the fucking accelerant it can, whatever the fuck it is. Like the gasoline is like by the fucking. Oh my gosh.
That helps the fire get going. Gas.
But we had paint.
Fuel.
Well, it was painting and there was crap in the garage, and I think God, Q5 was like given in our house.
We're not talking about
So you know what? I'm just giving you an example. You know what an accelerant is now.
Yeah.
Okay. There's accelerant on the floor. Okay.
What
Plain and simple,
floor?
on your house. Okay.
Okay, what floor?
In where the computer is. Okay. Plain and simple. There's an accelerant. You left around 9:05. This fire call comes in at 9:30.
Fire burns.
Somebody poured their accelerant, and
before anybody.
There is no way that you left at 9:05 and he had time. You knew that there was either you poured the accelerant. I'm gonna be blunt. Either you poured the accelerant or he poured it, but you would have known about it. Plain and simple.
You had to know about it.
And left at that time.
they all called my dad. I was scheduled to meet him. I left.
We don't doubt that, and I'm not saying that.
And like I said the other day, I want to sit here and tell you, in my heart, he would never do that. But in his head, I don't know that he didn't feel desperate that he wouldn't do that. But he had so many gifts that I don't think he would do that.
Well, I don't think that he would have set that fire without your knowledge. He wouldn't have burnt.
Yeah, he would have, because I wouldn't let him. You have no idea what I've been through him. And that's not bad. That is letting him know that people truly do love you for you, and it's okay that you're sick.
Teresa, let me tell you why lying and being honest is so important. Because a question like that, when you come back with an answer, now I don't know whether I can believe you or not, because I can already pick out a bunch of lies in your statements from way back, things that I already knew to be true, and you lied to me about them. I try to see what you do. Well, I can't tell when you're being honest or when you're lying to me anymore, because you lied so much.
I haven't lied to you. Like I said,
pick out a bunch of lies.
In his head, I can't say that because of the bipolar. His heart, Jill knows my father himself. And that is one of the most selfish things you could ever do. And that's why I say I don't think he would do that in his heart. And I would never. He was my life. He was my kid's life. He was that was our family. We were all each other had.
Teresa plays dumb when it comes to the accelerant, but lab results prove a petroleum-based substance was used in the fire. And considering something like gasoline would have been easy to detect based on a smell, it's far more likely that household products like mineral spirits or paint thinner were used. But the fact it was found spread throughout the house, and that no electrical issues were detected, strongly point to arson being the main cause. So even though Teresa claims Jim's bipolar disorder may have led to him starting the fire himself, the medication used to allegedly treat it was being administered against his will. And detectives know this for one insane reason. Teresa was dumb enough to admit it to multiple people at the office.
Have you ever put anything, have you ever given your husband medicine yourself? Have you ever administered medicine to him?
Benadryl, but just because I can't put things up.
Never given him any medicine at all? Any of his prescribed medicine?
Only if he asked me to get him one, and then
Never give it to him without his knowledge?
No, God no. I give him the bottle.
Okay. Would never put anything in a drink, anything like that?
Why?
I don't know. You tell me.
No.
Okay. Ever tell anybody that you did?
No.
Okay.
I mean, we...
Never tell anybody that you'd rather have him heavily medicated than to be belligerent with you and acting ugly at the house?
No, he usually handles that himself. A few shots of tequila and good night. But that's why I say with the bipolar, I had to learn that when he got like that, if you could look at him and say, "What are you afraid of?" He automatically, like a light switch, diffused. It was like, okay, wait a minute.
You didn't answer my question. Did you ever tell anybody that?
No, not unless, I mean, if we were over there playing, I mean, all of it's not me telling one person. They would be joking about stuff like rape bars or whatever, because we have a friend that loved them. But as far as to do that, no. I mean, no. No. I'm not going to.
Teresa, you ever think that we're asking you some questions here, and I mean, would you not think that we would have some sort of knowledge for a reason for asking these questions?
I know you have plenty, but at the same time, I know me and my husband.
So would you,
And our lives.
what would you say if I told you we had people saying you were putting stuff in his coffee to keep him medicated, Mr. Davis, since you say you have never done that?
I would say Jim Conley hadn't drank coffee in 3 months. And if that was the case, I think he would have.
Done it in the past?
No. Why
You
you
said
drink coffee?
I'll even just throw it out there too. You said y'all drink coffee every morning, but the only reason you didn't drink coffee this morning was because Linda was upset.
For the last couple days. But we made it together, in the kitchen together.
Yeah, so he hadn't drank coffee for the last couple of days, but now you just said he hadn't drank coffee in 3 months.
No, honey, I'm sorry. Matt.
That's what you
Okay,
said.
let's slow down. No, 3 days, okay? My head is as clogged as it can be. Go ahead and hit me with it, guys. Because we can go through this till blown face, and bottom line is, I didn't kill my husband, but never. And that's that. And I'll do whatever I have to help prove that. I'll cooperate any way I can. And
Polygraph.
I do that. And God not bothering with that. And that's that.
Would you
And
take a stipulated polygraph?
what's that?
Difference is if you fail that one, then I can usually get you in court. And you're gonna pass it, that's what you're telling me.
Why would I? Yeah, why would I worry
I'm just,
about
that's just
that?
a question that I have to ask. It's something if I'm gonna give you one, I have to ask you that.
I could care less.
While Teresa may feel that way now, that all may change when detectives force her to make good on her word. Because if her lies aren't completely obvious now, just wait until the added pressure of a polygraph pushes her stress levels to the limit, and her entire defense comes crashing down all around her.
Regarding the fire at your residence, do you intend to answer truthfully each question about that?
Yes.
Prior to this year, did you ever steal anything and then lie to cover the theft? Did you start that fire?
No.
Prior to 2007, did you ever falsify any official document?
No.
Did you plan with anyone to set that fire at your house?
No.
This concludes this portion of the exam. Remain still while I take the instrument out of operation.
Fun fact, real quick. So you guys know Wonder Woman, the superheroine Wonder Woman, the lady who has the thing called the lasso of truth. Did you guys know that the person who made Wonder Woman pretty much helped make the steps to making the modern lie detector test? Just something I wanted to bring up to you guys.
Teresa, I'm going to let the pressure off that cuff. Relax, but remain still for me for a moment. All right. A little movement in there, a little flinch, but it's okay. You may notice sometimes that I wait a little longer between questions. If you move, I just let it settle back to the baseline, and that's what that's about. But other than that, you did fine as far as sitting still again. We'll do another one, maybe 2 more. If you're as good at sitting still as you have been so far, we'll do a couple more and we'll be done, okay? Any questions about anything?
Just had to stop fighting.
How's your arm? Just like last time.
It brings up emotional things for me, and outside of that, I'm just trying to find a happy place to think, and so I can just answer your question and focus on them.
And that's all you need to do is just listen and answer the questions. And again, you're doing fine as far as answering. I can hear you, and you're doing good as far as sitting still. So you tell me when you're ready, and we'll do it again. All right. Feet flat on the floor, look straight ahead. I'm about to return the instrument to operation. Regarding that fire at your residence, do you intend to answer truthfully each question about that?
Yes.
Before 2007, did you ever deliberately commit any fraudulent acts?
No.
Did you start that fire?
No.
Did you plan with anyone to set that fire at your house?
No.
This concludes this portion of the exam. Remain still while I take the instrument out of operation. Let the pressure off that cuff. Yeah, you can move about. Well, let's do. I think I've got good clean charts that I can score. Let's let you take another little break. Take me about 15 or 20 minutes. I got to print these charts. Lean forward for me, hold your hand out. I'll let you go back out there and chat with a friend. Well, you did real good as far as sitting still. I told you I don't score anything until I get good clean charts to score. And I've got those, so we'll do that. And let's take you out here and
After the polygraph examiner looks through the results of the test, he and the other detectives have a few more questions for Teresa. Because despite her confidence, she may not have passed with the flying colors she was hoping for.
These are the charts that I ran. Like I told you before, I'm just a real direct guy. Been doing this for a long, long time.
I don't want you to be the other way.
Well, big problems with this test.
Okay.
And I think you knew there were going to be big problems with this test. I'm talking very, very big problems, okay? I told you before that I like to think I'm pretty good at reading people.
Yeah.
And if there's one thing that I believe when you talk to me, it's that you loved your husband. I don't think you had any intention of killing your husband, but I'm absolutely positive you participated in starting that fire, okay? Now the problem, Teresa, is I can't fix that if you're not willing to be honest with me. Well, tell me why you started the fire then, because you absolutely started that fire.
Sweetie, I didn't start that fire.
Let me tell you something. I've been doing this a long, long time, and you absolutely did. I'm going to do something with you that I very, very rarely ever do, okay? I'm going to do two things. I'm going to show you a chart. And the reason I generally don't show people charts is because usually charts are very, very difficult to read. Remember I told you you had to measure stuff? And remember I told you I look for a very consistent...
Would it be funny? It's like charts are very, very hard to read. But you see this shit and it says, hey, yo, this bitch lying. She did it. She did it. She did it.
Response.
Yeah.
All you need to look at is that right there. And if you look across here, it happens two times. It happens on 2 every time, and that's, do you plan to answer the questions truthfully? And then it happens on 4. And then on the next test, see what happens on 4 again. And there's other stuff in here, but this is the one that's just very easy to see. And then on the third one, it happens on 4 again, and they are identical. They're just huge. Remember that little bump that you had on the other one? That's the bump on 4. Well, question number 4 is, did you set that fire? Now, I score these charts, and I do numbers. I actually count and measure stuff. But I also have a little friend in the computer that scores charts for me. 111%. That's off the charts. Question 4, R4, is did you start that fire? So we're not going to play any more games about whether or not you started the fire. You started the fire.
He told me he wanted to, and he told me to leave the house. And I said, baby, I'm going to get the car in Knoxville. And he said, don't ask me no more questions. And I said, baby, why? Just tell me why. He said, I just want you to know. I love you and I love folks.
And why have you not shared that little bit of information with the investigators up until now?
Because I didn't want them to think that I would sit in jail and take the blame before I let them know he started this fire.
Well, why is that? I don't understand that, Teresa. That doesn't make any sense to me.
Because he was that good of a man. I'm afraid. I know I didn't help him. God is my witness. I did not help him. But I know that morning he had a candle lit, and he had a candle lit there, and he had newspapers there. As far as this whatever was spread through the house, I have no idea what that was. I don't know if he done it after I left immediately, because he asked me to light the candle, and he asked me to turn the oven on so he could start his fire, so he could start his toast. going.
Teresa may or may not realize it, but she just made a striking admission. Because while making toast in an oven is totally absurd, it's an absolutely perfect way to start a fire. And even though she tries her best to move right past her Freudian slip before the detective spots it, she's about to find that when it comes to lies, nothing gets past him.
I love Freudian slips, okay? Do you know what you
I've always said Freudian. It's Freudian?
just said?
I know what I just said, and I'm thinking, but so that he could start the toast in the oven, he told me to turn that on. And he told me to go ahead and light the candle in the office that was there on the edge of the desk.
Wait just a minute. We're talking about things that I don't know. I haven't been there. I don't know stuff. Let me get Jeremy in here. I'll call him. Hey, Jeremy, do me a favor. Step in here to the interview room when you get a second. I don't know a lot about the things, and we start talking about stuff that I don't know about.
As the other detectives step into the room, Teresa desperately tries to dig herself out of the hole she's dug. But with the evidence piling up, she'll need more than implausible lies to save herself now.
Tell me what I need to do, guys. Do I need to get an attorney?
If you want an attorney, then you can have one.
You tell me what I need to do, because I know I didn't tell my husband.
You need to tell him the truth.
I have told him the truth.
No, you haven't. You lie at every breath. At every...
You tell me what's the truth.
Well, I don't know exactly. See, there's only two people who know what the truth are. One of them is dead now. And the other one is you. And we know you're lying, so the...
Damn.
I know I didn't accelerate anything.
We know you
I
started
know
the
I didn't
fire.
light a fire.
Well, you didn't. I've got proof of that, okay?
That is not proof. That is proof that is on a piece of paper.
I bet that's not proof.
Well,
Want to risk your life on whether or not that's proof? Because that's what you're doing, Teresa.
I will
You're
lay
risking
my
your life.
life that I did not light a fire in my house. I will lay my life that I did not light a fire in my house.
All right, then.
That is a fact.
Well, that's exactly what you're doing.
Well, I will, because I didn't light a fire in my house. And that I know. I've stood by him for too long, and would have stood by him till the day we die.
And you're probably still trying to stand by him, probably still lying to cover up what you guys were doing and not
You
being
guys
honest
were
about
not
it.
doing anything.
Yeah, you were, Teresa, okay? And what I'm thinking, Jeremy, and again, it's not my case, it's yours, but go get some murder warrants for her, put her in prison, because that's where she needs to be. But that's just my view. I'm thinking you charge her with murder, and you let her fight that uphill battle, because we've given her every opportunity to do something with it. Lock her up and let her dig out from that hole. And then we won't have to worry about her. That's what I'm thinking. Now, let me tell you, that's enough to get warrants for you for murder, okay? You need to understand that. That's enough to get warrants for you for felony murder. And I think that's what we need to do. Just lock you away.
Yeah, I need to go get an attorney, and I need to make preparations for my kids until we clear me of this.
Okay.
I need help to get an attorney.
When they arrest you, they'll give you that opportunity. You can fill out some forms like I talked about. All right.
How many days do I have to get my children to my parents? Because I need to
Right now, we're going to talk to the DA's office. We're going to talk to the DA's office.
Unfortunately for Teresa Conley, the district attorney agreed with the polygraph examiner's conclusion. She was charged with felony murder and first-degree arson. And 2 days before her trial was set to begin, she pleaded guilty to the charges. But she stuck by her story that Jim took his own life, claiming she assisted in order to ease the family's financial burden. She was sentenced to life in prison with the possibility of parole after 30 years.
Damn, so she gonna be older than what he was.
An accident shattered the peace of one family. Emotions ran high, and the search for truth began.
She freaking threw the bottle out the car. She's drunk.
The mother was furious, and her only concern was her child.
All I'm thinking about is my baby, my baby, my baby, my baby.
Despite this, the girl continues to deny any involvement in the car accident.
I've never hit anyone in my life.
Baby, okay? Is the baby alright?
I don't know. We need paramedics.
Throw it away.
We need paramedics. This woman was driving her car. She rammed us in the back and she threw the bottle out the car. She's drunk. She's fucking drunk.
Which lady?
This lady right there, the short white lady.
What is she driving?
This car.
Grey Honda?
Yes. And the car in front is her boyfriend. She started calling her boyfriend. She goes, I'm going to jail, baby. I'm going to jail. She freaking threw the bottle out the car. She's fucking drunk.
Hey, how's it going?
Hi.
Which car were you in?
This one.
This one here?
I was this week and I was in shock.
Okay.
Absolutely. I've never hit anyone in my life. Yes.
Were you involved in the accident?
I've never been in a car accident. Yes. I did have a car. I will take full responsibility. No, I am not drunk at all.
Okay.
My point period at all.
That's my car. This is my girl.
So you had nothing to do with that crash?
I live right down the street.
What the fuck is that?
That was that.
Is your car crash at all?
No.
No?
No, this is my girl, so I'm here.
Is the car registered to you, hon?
My mommy.
Okay.
Hold on. I think both cards are attached. Thank you. I did just call my mom.
Is there registration insurance in the car you think?
Yes, everything is in my car.
How you doing? She's on drugs. She was...
Guys. Calm down for the kids. Just relax.
She was throwing stuff underneath the car. She was, baby, I'm going to jail. Rummaging through things. She tried to drive away. She threw the bottle out the car. She's on drugs.
She ain't driving shit away if that's the car. Wait, hold on. Did she crashed into you, right? So that's your car. Well, that car ain't going nowhere, so I wonder what her car looks like. If that's, I don't know who car that is right there, but that shit look crazy.
Look, you're saying
this came from her. From her. She threw it out the car.
Are you guys okay? You guys injured at all?
My head.
like that, actually. You need to put the baby outside. That's why you're trying to get up.
We both hit our heads on, like, I feel like burning on the top of my head. And I can see marks on the top of his head.
Can you close your eyes for 1 second? It does look like you got like a little, yeah. I mean, there's a little bit of a bump on your forehead there. Just make sure they check you out too, okay? Okay. You're good, bro. Are you guys injured at all? Well, not you, but are you injured at all? Yeah? Okay. You didn't get hurt when the airbag went off at all?
Honestly, I didn't even feel it because I didn't even know.
Okay.
Because I didn't even know that they were parked there, to be honest.
They were parked on a road?
Yeah, they were parked on the road.
Like on the shoulder, or okay?
They didn't have the hazard lights on.
Their lights are not even on.
They just put them on now.
So their lights are not even on. So they're parked on the side of the street with no lights on.
Okay.
Did you check their dial to see if the lights are on or off?
We're more concerned they had a baby in the car and the baby looks like it's injured. So.
I get it.
So why are they parked on the side of the street?
And I understand that whole situation, but like...
Did they get your information already, your driver's license, all that good stuff? Okay.
So they were just stopped, hazards? Their
no
lights. Their lights are not on.
Like no lights.
They have no lights on in the car.
Okay.
Dark road.
It is.
And you can tell they have no lights on because the front lights are not off. They have running lights on.
What's going on? How you doing? Everything alright?
Yeah. Are you guys gonna GDUI test her? Like, for alcohol and everything else wrong?
Yeah, we're gonna handle it accordingly. Are you okay? Are you injured? No?
I got sprint, like my head is burning on the top. It's like burning. It's burning
The
there.
airbag went off? It's probably from the airbag.
It didn't go off.
No, it didn't go off?
Hers went off in my incident.
One of the other officers has already typed up the crash report for you. So we're just waiting for the other officer to get it.
How's the baby?
They said the baby's fine.
Okay, good.
And you said that you saw her throw out the bottle of Cheetos out the window? Yeah, okay.
And I'm like, you're drunk.
Wait, fuck you mean you gonna do things accordingly. Y'all better give her a breathalyzer or whatever the fuck y'all gonna do to test if she's drunk. If she crashed into somebody and she threw an alcoholic bottle and a baby's fucking involved, the fuck what? What?
Oh, you're drunk. She's like, I'm so sorry. Are you okay? Is your baby okay? Blah, blah, blah. Like, you know, like, are you serious?
Please raise your right hand. Do you swear the testimony you're about to provide is the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth?
Yes.
Okay. Do you mind telling me what happened today?
So we were driving home because we live in this community right here, and I'm driving. My husband's in the car, the baby's in the back seat, and then we got hit in the back of my car from this woman over here.
And what color pants and shirt is she wearing, just for clarification?
She's wearing black pants and what's that, cream top?
Okay.
I can't figure out if the lady is Black American or if she's also African or Caribbean. I know her boyfriend is. And I'm just peeping this because look, you got two melanated individuals that are both involved in the kid's life and they live somewhere and they're both in one place. And again, I just want to point something out. I just think that I like this. I like seeing this. I think that this is a good thing and it's a good thing that they're both there together because I could only imagine if you driving alone and some chick crashes into your car, she could have tore that girl up. She could have tore that girl the fuck up. They're calm and collected, which is crazy because that's your kid.
She's a white girl, black girl?
White girl. And so we pull over. Well, we just were shocked. So we're sitting in the car shocked, and all I'm thinking about is my baby, my baby, my baby, my baby. So I check and see that he's like alive and breathing. And I see that he is, and then after that, we get out of the car to see like what has been done. And then there's the woman through. We hear, like, we see her throwing the bottle, and then we hear the bottle cling hit like the pavement on the side. So then I'm like, oh my God, she's trying to throw the bottle out. She's trying to get rid of evidence. So then I go to her and I'm like, you're drunk, you're drunk. And she's like, I'm so sorry, I'm so sorry. She's like, I was drinking, but I'm not drunk. I was drinking, but I'm not drunk. And then she tries to leave. She got in her car, closed the door, and started taking pictures.
She was the only driver in the car? She was the only person in the car?
Yes.
Okay, and was she on the phone prior, talking to someone prior to that?
Yo, come on, bro. Come on, bro. You were just in a car accident and you about to light up a blunt. Yo, you know what's crazy? Now, you know, I'm not gonna share that story with y'all. I share way too much shit with y'all. But man.
Yeah, but I can't confirm.
Okay, so you didn't hear her on the phone?
I did hear her on the phone.
Okay.
Yes.
What did afterwards? Okay. What did you hear her on the phone?
I heard her on the phone talking to her boyfriend. She said, "Baby, I'm going to jail. Baby, I'm going to jail." And he's like, "What the fuck? What did you do? Like, what's going on?" She's like, "I'm going to jail." And then he's like, "Where are you?" She's like, "Please come, hurry, come right now." And he came so quick. I don't know how he got there right quick, but she was just talking to him on the phone saying, "I'm going to jail, I'm going to jail, I'm going to jail." I saw her sticking it either under the seat or under the car, just trying to get rid of things.
Well, what did you see her putting underneath the seat?
I didn't even see what it was. I just saw her grab it because I have bad eyes. I had my glasses right here that flew off when I hit my thing. So.
After the DUI officer took the family's testimony, now it's the alleged defender's turn.
And that's your vehicle? Okay. Are you the only driver in there? Yeah, okay. You mind telling me what happened? Honestly, I have no idea because I didn't see them. I had my lights, like my glasses on, so I see everything. I had no idea. This is honestly my first car accident. Okay. So I have no clue. Okay. So you said that you did not see them in front of you? No. Okay. Not even their lights or the hazards? Like, none of the above. And I've never been in a car wreck, point period. I'm sorry, you never what? Been in a car wreck, point period. Okay. Yeah, okay. Sorry, speak slow. No, you're good. So the crash investigation part of it has been finished. So now this opens up to a DUI investigation, okay? So it is going to be an investigation. You're under investigation, okay? All right, so I'm just going to read you the Miranda rights prior to speaking to you, and then we're going to go from there, okay? Go ahead. Okay. I turned this on. Are you able to see this? Yes. Okay. Do you have any questions before we start? No, ma'am. Okay. And do you understand everything? Yes, ma'am. Yeah, okay. Okay. Do not move your head. So the next one is called a walk and turn. So you're going to put your left foot so you can move the white line. Okay. Alright. When you are ready, and keep your hands at your side at all times, okay? When you are ready, you may begin. Alright. You can stop. So do me a favor, the last one you're going to turn around. You're going to put your hands up. You're being arrested for...
That is the third time I've seen police do that shit. They make them do the line and then they pretend that they're about to do something else and then they arrest them immediately. Damn, she failed real quick. God damn. What is this? Is this the third white girl who's been driving drunk? And they catch him the same exact way? Holy.
DUI, okay?
With the car.
Yep, you can put on your shoes. It is for me.
Trust me, it's not.
No, it's not. No, it's not.
So, you're still super young. Take it as a lesson. Because tonight, instead of going in for a DUI, this could have been a homicide. Because if something would have happened to them, especially they had a little baby in the car. If something would have happened to the baby. I'm a nanny. Yep. So if something would have happened to them.
You a nanny and you driving in a fucking vehicle drunk? Man, maybe this will do her some good. Maybe this will do her some good.
The baby, you would have been getting charged with something.
I didn't even see the car, and that's the worst part. And I had my glasses on.
I appreciate it. I understand it.
So you driving without your fucking glasses on? Yo, honestly, we are all lucky to be alive because you got people like this behind the wheel, driving without their glasses on, drunk. And we all made it. A lot of us haven't made it. Yo, this is crazy.
But I promise you, this is not the end of the world. It's not.
It's not.
You'll see it. Take it as a learning lesson. These things happen. Unfortunately, sometimes you have to take a look.
My friend went through this already. I had to support her.
Yeah. So you should have known a little bit better, right?
I mean, yeah, but like...
I understand. So I'm gonna cover you up so you're not...
okay, don't worry.
No, I don't want you to
I'm really nice.
You said I need to cover you up. She don't care about that. That's her normal wear. What you covering up for? She want to have her titties out. Let her have her titties out. They think that's normal. That's normal apparel. It's fine. Let them have them out. You see, her boyfriend doesn't give a shit. Where's her fucking midget boyfriend at?
I don't want you exposed. There's a whole bunch of weirdos out here, so we don't need to have you exposed, okay? So, listen, this could have been a lot worse. This is probably the best outcome. Luckily, you're okay, and luckily the other people are okay also, okay? All right.
Yo, that's crazy. She's over here. The lady's over here trying to protect her modesty. This girl doesn't... I mean, I get it, but whatever. She dressed like that because she want to be dressed like that. She knows her titties out. You think she doesn't know you? You ladies, you don't think we know when you girls be hugging us and y'all be plopping your titties on our chest, or you do the high hug? We know you trying to touch us, you fucking creepos. We know. Listen, we have to sit here and we have to be allies and stand in solidarity when they want to dress like that. Come on now. I mean, listen, I wasn't gonna say anything about what I saw from the beginning, but her whole titty was out. I mean, she dresses the way she dresses because she dresses that way. Come on now. Come on, stop it. Stop playing.
We're gonna walk over to my car.
No worries. I'll follow you.
So, you have to stand right there for me. So, you're gonna turn around, face me.
Yeah.
You're gonna put your butt up. Yep. Put your butt up. And I'm gonna lean over you and buckle you up.
Okay, we're gonna have my...
Just gonna cover you up. I'll turn on some AC for you back here, okay?
Some AC? She gonna freeze her nips off back there.
I've never been in a car wreck where
Eventually, she was charged with driving under the influence of alcohol and property damage.
That could have been so much worse. Listen, it ain't the end of the world, so I don't even want to hear that, right? I got a family member who she has multiple DUIs. She has multiple DUIs, and I think she's on her last strike before she can no longer drive again. She doesn't give a shit. And you know what? I'm multiple states away from her crazy ass, so I mean, it is what it is. Behind the mugshot, I'm pretty sure that behind the mugshot it's all women, and it's all women who people have said things like, "Oh, I could fix her." We never dudes say that shit because all they see is a girl, probably some titties, and she looks good. That's probably it. That's probably fucking it.
We got up here, 4 circles. Okay, listen, we can work this out, partner, okay? All I want to do is just get the people outside, please.
Where's it at? Where's it at? Come on, come on!
I'm trying to!
You need to get on your hands by your sides!
I'll show you!
No.
It was a beautiful Saturday in Dallas, Texas, when the nightmare of all calls went out to police officers in the bustling city. There was an active shooter at the Methodist Dallas Medical Center. Gunfire had been exchanged between a man and hospital police in the mother and child ward.
Why the fuck is the CC in German? What the fuck is happening?
The building. Multiple casualties were reported. The suspect was within one of the rooms, and it looked as if a hostage situation could be developing. Join us as we look into the violence, the loss, and the sacrifice and heroism
That shit was in German, I think.
of that fateful day.
Nestor Hernandez.
Before we begin, we would like to extend our deepest sympathies to the family and friends of Jacqueline Pacqua and Katie Annette Flowers, who lost their lives that fateful day. Let's start a bit earlier and take a look at the young couple.
Take a look at the young couple. I already know. You got some young thing messing with her gangbanger piece of shit. We got a teardrop on the side of his head. Yep, messing with her gangbanging fucking baby daddy or whatever like this. And this motherfucker snapped. He went to the hospital and fucking snapped. Guaranteed. Guaranteed.
Pair, they had been on-again, off-again partners for almost 8 years. Nestor Oswaldo Hernandez and Selena Villatoro had met in 2014. Nestor had just served a 2-year stint in prison for simple robbery. The two hit it off, and she kind of fell into his lifestyle. A year later, the pair would be arrested for...
She didn't fall into his fucking lifestyle. Yo, I don't know why they always sit there and they pretend that these women don't be on some shit where they be just as ruthless as the guys. Like they don't be coming across as assassins as well, just like the fucking guy. Like, yo, a lot of these girls are not victims. A lot of those girls are right where they want to be. They are 100% right where they fucking want to be. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it. Stop it.
And convicted fell into his lifestyle. A year later, the pair would be arrested for and convicted of aggravated robbery. The robbery involved a woman who ended up with her hands taped together, her eyes taped shut, and her car being stolen along with $3,000 in cash she had been collecting at a fundraising event. The couple would be caught later still driving the woman's car and still holding on to a number of the victim's possessions. The two were intoxicated, and Selena would admit that earlier in the evening she had injected heroin. Each of the two would plead guilty to robbery charges, with Nestor getting 8 years and Selena getting a 5-year sentence.
Why? It's the same fucking crime. She took part of it. Why does she get less? They a couple.
Selena would get out of prison first, followed a year later by Nestor, who was paroled just 6 years into his sentence. The two would rekindle their...
So neither one of them actually even did the full time. What the fuck is... Yo, what?
rocky relationship, and Selena would get pregnant. Nestor would have a couple of issues during his parole, once getting into a vehicle accident that was his fault, and the second time, more seriously, was caught trying to cut off the ankle monitor he was required to wear. Still, even with those violations, Nestor remained out on parole. On the morning of his new son's birth, he was given special permission by the parole officer to visit Selena and the child at the hospital. Texas law requires that a parolee get permission to visit another felon. The hospital police department was also notified that he would be visiting. That morning, Nestor would get dressed up, hop into his SUV, and head over to the hospital. After getting lost for a bit, he stopped at a convenience store and bought a 24-ounce can of Steel Reserve spiked watermelon malt liquor. He would enter the hospital carrying the open can. But that wasn't all he was carrying. Concealed upon his body was a small .380 Smith & Wesson Guardian pistol. As a convicted felon and someone on parole, he should not have been in possession of a firearm, and in no way was it legal for him to enter the hospital with that weapon. And yet, he did both, as if it was nothing, even stopping at the nurse's station to use hand sanitizer and to pick up a face mask before going into Selena's room. In short order, the volatile and intoxicated Nestor would begin arguing, then fighting with Selena, who had just given birth a short time before. During the argument, Nestor would pistol whip Selena across the head and neck a number of times. And then, healthcare worker Jackie Paqua would open the door and enter the room as part of her regular rounds checking on new mothers and their babies. A shot rings out, muffled by the heavy door leading into the hospital room. Out in the hall, Sergeant Robert Rangel was waiting to speak to another family who had reported some items missing from their belongings. His body cam recorder had been turned on as part of a procedure to take the report from them. He turns, and all hell breaks loose.
What happened? Hey, watch out, man, watch out. What's 10 distress? You got emergency traffic. 10:30, a van with a gun up here.
Nestor apparently decides to make a break for it and tries to leave the room. Sergeant Rangel fires once, striking Nestor in the leg.
All I could see was a black pistol. You see it right now? No. He walked in the room. He was coming out, but he had the gun in his hand. I shot one time and he went back in the room.
Sergeant Rangel knows that there are still people in the room, as well as almost every other room on this floor. There are medical workers trying desperately to save the life of a nurse who went past him, and countless others in harm's way. He has to negotiate, delay, and keep the shooter engaged in anything except more gunfire.
Okay, listen, we can work this out, partner, okay? All I want to do is just get the people outside, please.
Thanks to Sergeant Rangel's quick call to dispatch and numerous 911 calls, police have already started to arrive at the scene. Over the next few minutes, more than a dozen officers will begin flocking to the hospital, heading upstairs to the Schenkel Tower on the 4th floor.
Shut up. Thank you. Bravo 40 running 4th floor.
Hey, where'd you hear the shootings? Stand by. ¿A dónde? ¿A dónde? Hey, where's it at? Where's it at? Where's it at? Where? Bravo for 40, I'm gonna leave the shield on the 4th floor. Bravo for 40, does anybody have a 40 millimeter?
We need a shield.
Yeah, and a shield.
Where's the shield?
Hey, is he up there? Do you have eyes on him?
Use cover.
Hey, do we have eyes on that guy?
Walk out with your hands up. Walk out with your hands up.
Hey, flat out, hey. Go right inside. Hey, this unit needs to come to the right. Hey, get some cover.
We got the funnel there.
Hey, does this wrap around? Does it wrap around?
The officers need to find a way to flank Nestor's position in the room, but the hospital was designed for efficiency and privacy of the patients. Adrenaline is running high as it becomes apparent that there is only one way in or out of where Nestor is located. They are going to have to go through that door and try to incapacitate him before he can harm anyone else. The breaching team moves into position.
Alright. You see where that sergeant's at? I don't know if you can keep an eye on her. Who has a 40 mil? Hey, stand by.
Hey, need the slammer. Stay light. We'll call it up. We'll call it the slammer if we need it.
Hold on. Isn't the slammer a flashbang? Am I bugging? Because I know I played a game where you're SWAT versus terrorist, and there's a thing called the clacker, and then there's like the Okay, whatever. I'm a fucking geek. Don't mind me. Fucking nerd. No, I'm a geek. Sorry, I'm a geek. My bad.
Slow down, guys. Slow down. Slow down. Sarge. Hey, Sarge, get out of the way. Sarge, come here. Do you see him? He's falling out past her. Okay, get the female out first. Female, come. Get the lady out. Get the female out. Where is he? Come out. Go to team. I'll be a rest team. Come out of the room right now. Come out of the room. Keep close on. Keep your hands where you can see him. Come out of the room. Come on. Keep your hands by your sides. Hey, is this a... Can you move, man? You got gloves? Let's move in. Let's go. Here are my cuffs. Cuff the guy first. Okay.
Why is she sitting there talking about he has no gun? They got the what?
Ready? Rifles move past.
Wait, hold on. Is the chick telling these officers that he doesn't have a gun?
Hey, is this room connect? No, it does not. I need one nurse. One nurse. Okay, at least we need a surgeon or something, okay? Bravo 440, we have a suspect in custody. Start PDS and start homicide swap. Come out, guys, come out. Get him down. Hey.
They are able to bring the baby out, as well as Nestor, both alive. The child is miraculously unharmed.
Yeah, let's get him out first. Stand by. Yeah, nurse. Come out, guys, come out. Hey, which doors you gotta be placed in? Hey, sit on, okay. Hey. Hey, which leg, bro? Bravo 440, we're gonna need to shut down the entire fourth floor, labor and delivery. Fourth floor. On top, all the way on top.
Wait, hold the fuck up. I'm sorry. She said he has no gun. He pistol whipped you multiple times. And you're running defense for him? Exactly what I said. These girls are not fucking victims, dog. They right there where they want to be. They right there where they want. And here's the thing. Guaranteed. If he would die, if say another person pops him or he ends up dying or some bullshit, she's gonna sit there talk about she demands love from some other fucking dude, and I'm gonna just sit here and say it like that. She's all red. She's all Six Flags red in this amusement park. Don't
Hey, officer down, officer down here. Yeah, no. Here. Hey, do me a favor. Let's secure this. Somebody Ralston, you making the calls?
In the aftermath, it becomes a race to make sure that the mother and child are unhurt and that Nestor has been taken into emergency surgery. No matter what the man did, the medical team will do their best to try to save his life. The weight of their two co-workers lays over the entire team as Jackie lies dead in the room and Katie Annette was unable to be saved from the mortal wound she had received. Police now have to contend with protecting.
And this bitch is over here talking about he don't got a gun? Like my head is racing trying to think of what would compel her to say that. Maybe she realizes he's out of ammunition. Maybe he discarded the gun. But again, you sitting over here and you tell, please don't shoot him. Please don't shoot him. He done killed 2 other women. He's pistol whipping you with a fucking gun. You think he gives a fuck about right where they fucking want to be?
The crime scene, while workers continue to relocate other patients and their families that had been trapped on the floor during the shootout and siege. Downstairs, the hospital entrances have been sealed off by police, and the building is on lockdown and in emergency mode. Doctors with special skills in emergency medicine from all over the facility are being called to assist in the emergency rooms. It's not just doctors and nurses headed to the ER, but police officers from the hospital's own department and the city police force. They stand guard to make sure that no one else will fall into the teeth of this day. Nestor goes into emergency care for the gunshot wound. Back upstairs, the homicide detectives have arrived and forensic teams aren't far behind. They've got a lot of work ahead of them to secure the scene, move people out of the rooms past it, and to attempt to protect the dignity of the victims of this crime. At some point, what they do here could be brought into court, and even the smallest error in their work could mean the difference in the outcome of the trial. And then, it's over, at least for now. The police officers return back to their duties or go to make out the necessary reports. The hospital staff has to keep caring for their patients, including the one who killed 2 of their own. And the city of Dallas is now getting wind of what happened that day.
In Dallas, a defined active shooter inside a Dallas hospital. 2 medical workers inside Methodist Dallas Medical Center are dead, both killed by a lone gunman who entered the North Oak Cliff Hospital earlier this morning. Police telling us that the person who shot and killed those workers has been caught.
The families of Jackie and Annette would be receiving calls and visits with the terrible news that they had lost someone they loved deeply and who had done so much for the people of Dallas throughout their lives. Nestor Hernandez would remain at the Methodist Hospital for 4 days, recovering from the gunshot wound to his leg before being transferred to Holding to await trial. He would return to a jail cell, clad in a hospital gown and using a walker to move around. It would take almost 2 years before he saw his day in court. Selena Villatoro would also testify, along with Sergeant Robert Rangel, who by this time had been recognized for valor by the state of Texas for his actions on that day. Selena would be asked how Nestor was acting when he first came into the hospital room.
I thought he was just drunk. That's why he was like being sentimental. Like I didn't really think nothing of it.
Did he appear to you to be drunk or intoxicated at that time?
Oh yes, sir.
What was it about him that made you feel like he was intoxicated?
I mean, just the way he was talking. Just he was crying, talking to me.
She would explain that when Nestor drank, he would often get sentimental and cry. This time, though, he shifted quickly from sadness to anger and jealousy.
After I guess he gets done talking to them, I think I hear like the doors like from the closets opening. Like he's like opening the closet doors, slamming them, and then next thing I know he like throws the little sliding like desk that they have right there. He throws it and then he like hits me in my head with the gun, and he was telling me like just I don't know, just I think he told me like who's here or something like that.
She would go on to say that prior to him throwing the table, she had accidentally knocked over his beer, spilling it everywhere. He became angry, and she pulled the sheet over her head as he raged.
So he indicated that you had a sheet over your head and he began to hit you in the head with the gun. Is that correct?
Yes, sir.
Did you know when he had entered the hospital, and specifically into your room, that he had a gun at that point?
No, sir.
Did you see where he pulled the gun from?
No, sir.
Okay. You just felt him hitting you with the gun?
Yes, sir.
Do you recall how many times he struck you with the gun?
I think the first time was just once.
Okay.
Just once.
Is he making any statements while this is happening? Is he saying anything to you?
I think he was just like saying that he had told me to stop playing with him, and he was just telling me stuff like that we're gonna die today.
Selena would suffer a laceration to her head from the pistol whipping, as well as bruising to her neck. The pistol, a small and easily concealed one, was lightweight and probably contributed to the relatively small amount of damage she took in the assault.
So just going back to when the defendant is assaulting you with the gun, he's hitting you with the gun, and he's making these statements about killing you all and killing anybody else who comes inside the room. Was the door open or closed at that time? Do you remember?
It was closed.
Okay. And so at some point, did somebody else come inside the room while Lester has the gun?
Oh, yes, sir.
Okay. Who was that?
One of the nurses, though, I think she was supposed to come in and check on me or something.
Okay.
She came in and that's when Lester walked up and went behind her and I shot her.
Jackie fell over backwards and died almost immediately after being shot. She may have never known that she was in any danger. Let's move over to the testimony offered by Nestor at this moment. In his own story prior to this, he had said that he thought Selena had been cheating on him and was wondering if someone had been hiding in the room. He explained that he had the pistol on him at the time because he had made arrangements with someone to sell it later in the day. He said that he had come to the hospital at her request to sign the birth certificate.
Tell the jury what happened once you got inside that room that changed the whole situation. Could you tell them what took place?
Okay, well, I walked in. My son, he was asleep in a bassinet. I went in there,
How'd you know it's your son? You said you thought that she was cheating. Stop the cap.
Brother's belly. I was like, hey, little man, and so I went and I walked into the restroom. I used the restroom. I walked out. I proceeded to walk out. I started looking for the gun, right? I started looking for the gun. She was like, what you looking for? I said, the gun. And she was like, why? And I said, I got it sold. I said, I talked to dude last night. He wanted to buy it. And so she's like, all right. So I'm on my phone also, you know what I'm saying? Like she said, she said sentimental. I don't want to sound sentimental. I'm more expressionate or something. I like telling people that, I love them and stuff. And I'll drink a little bit or do some drugs. I'm like, hey man, I love you, man. I'm glad you're in my life type of thing. You got the aggressive people and then you got the lovers, I guess, or whatever. And so.
So when you're sitting there having this conversation, did you tell the jury what it was that made her start pulling the blanket over and refusing to talk to you?
I don't recall her putting the blanket over her head.
You don't recall her pulling the blanket over her head?
No.
What do you recall happening when you were having this conversation with her?
I ended up sitting down and I was like, man, get the gun and stuff. And so I was like, so I'm about to sign the birth certificate and leave. And so I'm texting my brother. My brother called me and I talked to him briefly, my nieces and stuff. We started talking. She tried to talk to me. I was like, shut the fuck up, don't talk to me, you know what I'm saying? Woo woo. And she's like, oh no, she's like, man, you drinking and woo woo woo. And I was like, I don't want to hear it, man. I was like, I ain't been drinking like that. And she's like, no, you drinking, woo woo. And I was like, man, shut up. I was like, don't even talk to me.
What the fuck is going on? You drinking woo woo? What the fuck, man? Like, man.
She was like, nah, you're not supposed to be in here drinking. Woo. I was like, don't nobody even know this is a beer. And I was like, it looks like Arizona or something. And she's like, nah, man. She's like, man, they're gonna come in here and see or whatever. And so I was like, bro, don't even talk to me, bro. I said, hey, you really nasty. And she was like, what you mean nasty? I said, yeah, you really nasty, you know what I'm saying? And she was like, well, and I said, man, my shit hurt, bro. I'm just signing his birth certificate and I'm finna leave. I said, man, nigga,
Nestor would then tell the court he told Selena that he knew she had cheated on him because he had contracted a sexually transmitted disease and it had to come from her.
And so she's like, man, she's like, nah, man, she's like, I ain't fucking nobody, and da-da-da. And so she gets on her phone, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, yeah, you need to tell whoever you been fucking with that you got that shit, you passing out that shit. And she was
So what are you talking about?
I never had an STD before that. So I mean, I knew it was something wrong. I didn't know exactly what it was, but it was
You do something wrong.
when I urinate.
Oh shit! When you pee, your shit screaming at you? You got a fucking flamethrower for a nozzle down there? Oh damn! Now here's the thing. What happens if this guy is 100% because he is a piece of shit for what he did, right? But what happens if nah, dude, nah, there's no excusing what the fuck you did. There's no excusing what the fuck you did. Hell no, fuck you. I'm not gonna even, no, hell no. Nah, 2 women are fucking dead. And you pistol whipping this woman who may or may not be the mother of your, the mother of your fucking child. You knew the life you was living. Get out of here with this stupidness.
It hurts. Yeah.
So so you're talking about her messing with somebody else, telling her that she needs to tell people that she's probably giving them STDs too?
Yeah, I'm like, because she ended up getting on the phone. I was like, you need to be calling people and letting them know you passing out that shit.
And what happened as a result of this conversation?
You say what happened to the result?
Tell me what happened next after y'all are having this conversation.
The nurse, she walks in. So she walks in and Selena, she gets up and she's like, hey, I need to use the restroom. So when she gets up, I get up with her.
You can see how Nestor began to craft his story and his lack of personal responsibility as it continues to grow.
Are you talking about the woman that ended up getting shot?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So you guys are having this conversation, it's going on. Up to that point in time, have you ever threatened that you were going to kill Selena? Or
No, sir. No, sir.
did you ever threaten to Selena that you were going to kill anybody coming in that room?
No.
Did you have any intention of harming anybody?
No, I didn't.
Tell the jury what happened, and you just described how you got to the point where the nurse came in the room, Selena wants to go to the restroom. Tell the jury what happened next.
Well, she gets up and I get up with her, and she's walking. When the nurse came in, she said, good afternoon or good evening, and I said it back. And Selena gets up and she's like, I need to use the restroom. She had told the nurse, I need to use the restroom, but I got up with her. And so I was like, why you need to go to the restroom with your phone? And she's like, because and then the nurse asked, is everything okay? And I was like, yeah, everything's okay. And then she said, no, it's not. She's like, I don't want him here. This ain't even his baby. So I slapped her. So when I slapped her,
that's not even your baby, so you slapped her. Yo, dog, do you see the escalation? Do you think that that's normal? I don't care how fucked up the situation is. Listen, if a woman is talking crazy to you, why you even there sign a birth certificate? She literally just said, she just confirmed, if this is true, she just confirmed that she had been fucking other dudes on the side and that's not even your kid, right? You out of prison. Why you over here doing stupid shit? Yo, I don't understand. It be the dumbest, most dangerous individuals that be literally getting married, having kids. And then you have a lot of good people that just fade away. They just fade away. And I don't understand it. I really don't get it. I really don't get it. I don't get it.
The nurse was like, oh. And so then Selena hit me and we got into whenever I got up, I had the pistol on me too. You know what I'm saying? She ended up, before that, Selena had handed me the pistol. And so I had the pistol right here. It's a little pistol. So when I got up holding it too. And she hit me. And so, I kind of I had the pistol in my hand. I don't think the nurse knew I had the pistol in my hand. And so we got into like a little brawl or whatever, and that's when I hit her. I ended up hitting her with the pistol, and that's when the nurse, she was like, stop. She got in between us, and my shirt, that black shirt that I had on, it was already kind of like over me. It was already, because she was like putting on the shirt too, and so the gun went off. That's what.
And who was pulling on your shirt?
Selena. The nurse tried to stop the fight. She got in between us, and she yelled stop. She's like, stop. And next you know, the gun went off. And we stopped. Everything slowed down. You know, I was kind of confused for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? And the first thing that Selena said, she was like, what did you do? You know, and I was like, no, man, it's your fault. This is your fault. You know what I'm saying? Because the nurse, she kind of like leaned forward, and then she ended up falling back.
Did you intentionally shoot this nurse? Or?
No.
Nestor would claim that he did not point the gun at Jackie. He would contend that the gun just went off and that she was an unintended victim. He was then asked what happened next.
You know what's actually crazy about that? That's why you don't get weapons that are fucking shoddy and their mixmanship, their craftsmanship. Because you do have these fucking. I've literally seen a gun made in a fucking shelter, literally a pipe gun made in a fucking shelter. You think that gun has a safety feature? You think that if you drop that gun won't probably go off? Man.
What was his explanation for the shootings that would follow?
What's the next thing you recall happening at that time?
I panicked. I panicked. I was like, shit. And Selena, she started screaming. She was like, oh, man. I couldn't even understand what she was saying.
I mean, she's Spanish like you. What you mean?
I opened up the door, and I opened up the door with my right hand. I opened up the door, and I shot out the door. Boom, boom, twice. I shot out the door twice.
But por qué? What sense does that make? So let me get this straight. You hit the girl that supposedly is your baby mother or baby not mother, whatever, with a gun. You only had that gun there because you was going to sell it. Then you shoot a nurse by accident. Then you open a door and you shoot out the door twice. Boom, boom. Why? Yo, you can't make this shit up, dog.
Did you see anybody outside the door when you shot?
No, I didn't even look outside. I just shot.
You didn't even look outside, so now you piece of shit.
What was the purpose of that?
I was so panicked. I just shot somebody. You know what I mean? I'm real panicked. It's like how can I say this? Like an example would be like if my mom or like somebody's mom has like a regular coffee mug that she drinks coffee with every morning, and you drop it and you break it. And when you broke it, you panic. You're like, oh, and your mom's like, hey, what was that? And so you don't want her to see. You know what I mean? Like you don't want her to see. You just panic. And I try to like, I guess, make another.
I'm sorry.
Pieces and stuff. No running back.
Did you intentionally?
Briefly, my.
What the hell? Okay, there we go.
And so she's like.
Why is it doing that? I'm so sorry. It's doing something weird.
And so
it's like not working.
I was so panicked. I just shot somebody. You know what I mean? I'm real panicked. It's like thinking right. You know, into the room. I turn around. Oh my gosh! You see the second nurse in the hallway. My mom's like, hey, what was that? And so you don't want her to see. You know what I mean? Like you don't want her to see. You just panic.
So you didn't want your mom to see that you broke her favorite coffee mug, so you just went into the fucking kitchen and you just grabbed the entire cabinet, start shaking that bitch, and then you drop it on the floor, right? That's what you did. Get the fuck out of here with that stupidness.
I guess make another distraction or something. I wasn't I wasn't thinking right. You know what I'm saying? I just wasn't. No, I didn't even see the second nurse in the hallway.
It doesn't matter whether he saw Annette Flowers in the hallway. His bullet struck her anyway, and her life began bleeding away as the man became more desperate and frantic.
So I went back, you know. The nurse laying on the floor, and she's screaming. She's like, "Oh my gosh!" And so it's all hectic. I'm kind of panicking. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, man, I'm like shit. And so Selena, she said, get help. And so I turned around. I walked out the door. I tried to walk out the door. I felt the heat just through my leg. Boom. And I stepped back. I jumped back into the room. And I looked down and I was like, they shot me.
And then, in his testimony, Nestor would show the kind of person he really was.
By now, Selena had the baby. She had grabbed the baby at this time, and she's holding the baby. And I'm like, hey, give me the baby, give me the baby. And she was like, no. And I'm like, give me the baby, man. I was like,
He's trying to use the baby as a fucking shield? Again, I feel no pity for the mother. I feel no pity for this fucking scum of a human being. I feel terrible for the fucking child that is going to have to grow up in this type of situation, because when this guy gets out of jail in probably like 20, 30 years, he's gonna also have to grow up with a fucking piece of shit mother who makes terrible fucking decisions. And don't think that she's gonna stop making more and more terrible decisions. She's gonna also have other fucking, because she's probably gonna end up with some fuck. Yo, I gotta already tell you, she's like the next guy that's gonna pop up in Selena. The next guy that's gonna pop up in Selena's life is gonna have to be a rough guy, just like the guys that she was at before, because those are the only guys that can handle her on some stupid shit. Oh my gosh, this is crazy.
give me the baby, man. Give me the baby. Put him in the crib. Because the crib, the bassinet, is by the restroom. And so I'm thinking, I was like, man, they're about to come in here and start shooting, man. They're about to shoot us. And she's like, no. I wanted to put him in the bassinet and put him by the restroom. Because I was like, man, they about to come here. They already shot me. They about to come here and start shooting.
What happened at that point?
I started feeling the pain. At first I didn't feel the pain, but now I'm feeling it. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? I'm like, And so I went around the bed. I don't know if I sat down in the closet or I sat down in front of the closet. And I was like, shit. And Selena's like, she's steady screaming. And she's like, what the fuck? This lady, she right there. I was like, man, shut up. I was like, shut up. So I'm like, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, man, I said, man, I'm about to just go out there, I'm just let him kill me, man. I said, all right, and she was like, what? I was like, I'm not going back. And she was like, I'm not finna spend the rest of my life in jail.
And yet, he would give himself up. Would he have used the baby as a shield? Thankfully, he was never given a chance, as the police would swarm into the room and immediately incapacitate him. Selena was left screaming in the room, the bassinet nearby covered in blood. On the stand, Sergeant Rangel would offer his own take on what happened that day. He explained that he happened to be on the floor that day at the time for a completely unrelated matter, and just happened to be a couple of doors down when the shooting started. When it first rang out, he said, it sounded exactly like a light bulb had popped somewhere. But the next two shots, fired out the door of the room, left no doubt as to what happened. He saw the wounded nurse come by, blood drops on the floor, and moved into position where he had a better angle and a very slight amount of cover. And then Nestor tried to emerge from the room.
At that point, it's kind of like time had really slowed down. I mean, probably hadn't, but at that time I had already made a decision within myself that the nurse had been shot, and I only knew about one at that time. And I told myself, I'm the only one up here right now. I would glance to see if McCrail or Jaime Hinojosa had made their way up to the floor, but at that point he hadn't. So my mind is telling me, if he comes out of the room empty-handed, I'm going to tell him to, keep his hands up and get up on the floor. And I told myself if he came out with a pistol, I only had one option. And that was to make sure that he didn't get out past the room with a gun.
Okay, so what did you do?
When I saw him, he he was looking out of the room. He had the pistol, and I fired one time at his leg.
Why did you fire at that time?
Because I fired at that time because I feared for my life. I feared that if he came out of the room, that he was going to try to shoot more people.
And it is most likely that if Sergeant Rangel had not taken that shot, or worse, not been there at all, Nestor Hernandez could well have shot his way out of the hospital, potentially.
Hey, Dad. I'm alright. I'm just looking at some stuff on YouTube about to pass out. But how's you and Mom? Nah, I bet. I have to ask you a question, Dad. So there's a lot of people right now going on in their I don't know if you're aware of this, but right now you have like black people trying to de-alienate from Caribbeans and Africans. Well, now apparently there's a lot of traction behind that because they're tired of being put in with those people, not because they're bad people, because that's not what it is, but it's because whenever that they come from their countries, apparently they want to be black Americans, but they don't like us, simply put. So I wanted to ask you something, not ax, like AXE, ask you something. Um, your dad, what was his name? Oh my God, I forgot we're all the same name. Okay. Okay. And dad knew his dad, right? Okay, the reason why is because a lot of them what they're trying to do is because we've been here before the United States was really even formed, right? And I know my mother knew her mother and she came from somewhere down south. And you knew your dad and your dad knew your dad. See, so I'm just trying to figure it out and I didn't really want to bother you with that stuff, but that's no, I really don't want to do that. Cuz I don't think that that's too important. And to be honest, Dad, I don't is this messed up? I don't think black people should get reparations, and the only reason why I think that is because I already know before that's even possible how they're gonna try to use that against black people. Does that make sense? Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. No, they don't. That's the thing. We're black American. We're black American, and they don't like that. So you had some kid in New York City who shot a 15-year-old, right? And you got all these people being like, "Oh, these black people in the," because I've noticed something, and again, this is coming from me, because I'm literally just covering crime stories right now, and I'm like, the funniest thing is whenever it's a crime that involves a black American or a melanated individual, we're hearing all the cries about a race war. You want to take your country back. You don't even got the numbers to do that anymore. But whenever a white person shoots up a school, or they target a school, or they target a church, everybody's putting on their best behavior and oh, that's so sad and he was just mentally upset, and it's like, come on now, man. It's like, come on, man. And I don't have no problem with any group, but it's just something that's very important. So right now what's happening is you have a lot of people, especially like black Americans, that now they're like, everyone get your papers proper, right? And they're like, from now on we're not voting, period, for either side. um And I mean, I think that that's good. I think it's going to take a little bit longer before that actually really picks up proper. But I think it would be a good start because even if it doesn't happen in this generation, maybe the next generation will be better off and they won't get the shit stolen from them by, we call them tethers. A tether is an individual. Again, I don't have a problem with any other Africans or Caribbeans, but you got those people who they don't like black people, but they pretend to be black. And then they'll go to the. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yup. Yup. So the hmm me no no what Dominicans say? What Dominicans say? Well, we're not African. That's the thing. We're not, because the thing is, and this is the thing that they don't understand. They don't like it. The thing is, we've been on this soil for over 400 years, right? We can be traced on this soil for over 400 years. Oh, well, you came from Africa. Africa sold our people. And if you're gonna sell our people, we don't got no more ties to you. It's over. That shit is done. You get what I'm saying? Like that, we don't eat the same way. We don't have the same culture. We don't have the same religions that we celebrate. Like we don't have any of the customs. That's all over. Black American, not even. When you sit, so when it comes down to when they sit there and they go black Americans don't have culture. If you ever hear a black person say they don't have culture, that's bullshit. The United States wouldn't have any real culture without black Americans because no matter how much we may not like whites or whites may not like blacks, without each other, there would be no America. Period. Just like if you ever remember growing up and reading in the what are the history classes and you got the Renaissance era. The Renaissance era was just as important as when metalwork was happening, right? Those two things together. So when you're thinking about classic rock and roll blacks, when you're thinking about entertain blacks, and we're not talking about Africans or Caribbeans, no shame to them. You know what I'm saying? But again, I didn't want to bother you with this type of stuff. You know me, I'm kind of like you. I don't really like talking, you know. I think the most I talk is when I'm talking to you guys, but besides that, I really don't talk to anyone. I am gonna just be me. Nah, I'm always gonna be me, and I think that pisses people off. I, there you go. Yeah, man. How you and mom doing? Yeah, that's good. How's crazy now? Yeah. Yeah, I know. I know. I see. Well, she got her new guy. Wait, hold on. Wait, you said you can see her doing good for herself, and you said that bothers you? Yeah. Well, what was the thing that it says? It says, it's a joke that we say when we go, why does this bother you? It is like, because why are you upset that they're happy? It is like, because it disturbs my peace. That's how it is sometimes. I'm not happy when you happy. I want problems always. Yeah, man. Yeah. But I'm doing my thing. Like I said, I wanted to come by this year. It's probably not gonna be this year, but if it's not this year, it'll be next year for sure.
That's cool. That's cool. Just keep in touch.
Yeah, I'll call you guys. I'll call you guys. I just didn't want to bother you guys. I know you guys are church going people, and you guys are completely. I know older people go to sleep sooner than younger people.
Yeah, right. 7 o'clock. I'm out.
Yeah, and I'm kind of getting there too, but I'm just fucking lazy and fat. I need to stop it, you know. But yeah, yeah. Like I said, next year when you guys have the family get together, I'll pop up for sure. Um, mom's around.
Yeah, whole lot.
Okay. And how's
She's in the kitchen. I gotta go to the kitchen.
okay?
Oh, dry your hands a minute. Hello.
Hi.
Hi. How are you?
I'm all right. How are you?
I'm doing okay.
And I've been thinking about you guys.
Oh.
I just didn't want to bother you guys, but I've been thinking about you guys.
You never bother us. You can call anytime you want to.
Yeah.
No, you won't bother us.
All right.
We love to hear from you.
All right. Yeah. I just again I don't want to I don't want to bother anybody with my nonsense, so
Don't think like that.
all right. Yeah.
Me and your dad are different, so
Next year when you guys have a get together, I'll be there.
that sounds like a great idea.
Okay?
Yes, yes.
I'll be there proper this time.
Mm-hmm.
So whatever we're doing, if we're me and you are gonna get a puzzle and we're gonna do it do it over the nighttime.
Uh-huh.
I'm not very good at them, so you're gonna have to take the lead though.
Okay.
And
I got a lot of puzzles in here.
do you?
Yes, I do.
We should get like a giant puzzle. I'm pretty sure we got pictures, multiple pictures, and we could like maybe I can pay to get like a picture of like the family, multiple pictures, and we could just do it all. That'd be cool.
Yeah, that
Oh,
will be.
oh, I learned how to make not Spanish rice, but tamarind rice.
Oh, what's that?
It's just turmeric, ginger, and rice.
Okay.
Nothing crazy, but I've been just eating plain rice for so long, so now it's it's better.
That's good.
Yeah.
It's
Besides,
easy to make the Spanish rice.
you say that, but hello, mom, hello, sisters. None of you have taught me how to do any of that, and you all enjoy that. You see how much I like it. I've always liked that. I've always liked that rice, and yet I don't know. I got to figure out how to make it. I got to figure out. I'm hoping that I'm hoping. Hmm?
You could buy a jar of sofrito in the Spanish store.
We don't have Spanish. Well, we do have Spanish stores. So sofrito and what?
And uh, ketchup.
Ketchup.
Ketchup. No, sauce. Tomato sauce. I'm sorry.
Wait, that's Mexican rice. Isn't Mexican rice orange?
Spanish rice is it's red. I mean, not red, but like
Yellow.
same. Yeah.
See, this is why.
It's red is because of the tomato sauce we put in.
See, this is what I'm talking about. How would I do? I didn't see no tomato sauce. See, this is why it wouldn't turn out right. The first time I ever tried to make rice, I remember me and my friend uh I was left alone in a house and me and my friend was hanging out and we was like we're gonna put our powers together and make rice. And I remember we decided to make rice, two dudes make rice, and I remember we turned the rice as high as the temperature as high as it can go, and we just sat and watched over it for like 20 minutes. And when we took over it was smoking over, and we took off the lid and we saw the death cloud. Like when we took off the lid, we saw a cloud and it looked like a skull and bones, like the pirate thing. And we was like, "Oh, this is a problem." and then,
Seen that when I made my
and then we was just like, "Oh!" And then we tried to eat it, and it was like some parts was hard, some parts was mush, and we was like, "Yeah, let's just get Chinese food." So this is why I wanted to know so badly how to make the rice. Yeah.
Maybe now we'll all get together.
Hmm.
We can show you.
Well, no, when we get together, there's not gonna be any. I'm gonna hope that the rice is already made. I'm hoping that Reenie's gonna be there. I'm hoping that I get to see other people also in the family as well. You know, how's your son doing? How's the third Jay doing?
He's doing good.
It still makes me upset. I thought I was the third Jay.
Uh,
I wasn't even the third. I'm the fourth. Like, and this what? How many? Seven now? For real? There's seven of us?
we got mostly I see. I got is your dad,
Mm-hmm.
you.
No, it's not just my dad.
Jay.
Not just my dad. Remember, my dad's dad was named Jay.
Oh.
Yeah. So dad's dad was named Jay.
That's him.
Dad was named Jay. Dad's son was named Jay. I was named Jay. My brother has a son named Jay. So there's a lot of us. There's a lot of us.
And got a grandson.
Yeah. So many of us. Mm.
Yeah. So if you got 5 or 6.
Six of us. Well, I already told you if I have a kid, you know what I'm naming him, so there's no reason to stop now. Alrighty. Tell Jessica I said hi.
She's upstairs somewhere.
I know. She's busy. Alrighty. I'll talk to you guys later. Bye.
I love you.
Bye bye. Love you too. All right, let's finish this out. Did I have the headphones on? I think I did. Let's finish this out.
Taking more lives on the way. In the end, Nestor was unable to sway anyone to believe that he was in any way innocent. A jury would find him guilty of 2 counts of capital murder. He would be sentenced to life in prison without any chance at parole. At the sentencing, family and friends of the 2 murdered women would speak in court.
Damn.
Annette devoted her life to taking care of people, just like Jackie did. Everyone in healthcare does. We vow to serve others, even scum like you.
Damn.
After you wreaked havoc that day and stole 2 beautiful souls who undoubtedly were better human beings and more deserving of life than you will ever be, they still saved your life. I hope every day for the rest of your miserable life you are haunted by their names, faces, and the legacy that you cut short. Although you don't care about any of that, you've shown no remorse for anything.
On that day, Nestor Hernandez ended or ruined countless lives. The 2 women killed had loving families and large networks of friends and co-workers. And without a doubt, his actions will have repercussions throughout Solina's life and that of his newborn son. And in the end, did he ruin his own life? It might be hard to find anyone who would care about that. Jackie Paqua had worked in the social services department at Methodist Medical Center and had received her master's degree in social work from the University of Texas at Arlington. A native of Ghana, she had moved to the United States more than 20 years earlier, but maintained a strong relationship with her family back home. The 45-year-old woman left behind a son. Annette Flowers was 63 years old at the time of the shooting and had worked for 40 years as an RN specializing in working with mothers and their babies. A single mother of 4 herself, she also left behind 4 grandchildren, not to mention all of the lives she had helped to usher in through her long career.
So what? How long does he go in for? I don't want to hear that he got out anytime soon. What the fuck? There's no. All right. Anyway, guys, that's gonna be it for now. Hope you guys enjoyed. Catch you guys next time. That's the end of the stream. I'm taking my ass to bed.